welcome into the best, awesomest, most fast-paced Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament in Las Vegas, Nevada, even possibly in the country. And I'm super excited to be here with the one, the only, Logan. How you doing tonight?
I am absolutely fantastic, Pidgey. It is great to be back here in the one, the only HyperX Arena. It is where you can get down like a clown like Charlie Brown, turn your frown upside down because we got $700 worth of prize pool money in the building right now for you. Why? Playing Mario Kart? Come on! Your mom told you to do your homework? Hey, Mom, it's time to play some video games.
That's the way we're going to be making money tonight. You heard Logan here first. $700 on the line tonight. We're playing some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe 150cc. If you haven't already, there are pods down on the floor below where you can go practice and attempt to make your name known here at the HyperX Arena. And if you want to, stay connected with us. We are currently live streaming on twitch.tv/Allied Esports. So you can talk to us in the booth and say a few choice comments if you want to, or just say how amazing your favorite racer is doing tonight. But Logan, how have you been this week?
I have been absolutely tremendous. It is awesome to be back here each and every single Saturday. I love it. I hate it when they have these private events and we don't get to get down. But you know what? Speaking about people who are coming into the HyperX Arena and you know what, being named, and people who are here in Vegas coming in from outside to be part of the HyperX Arena. We've got two great volleyball teams in the house. Hey, did you know I played volleyball in high school and college?
Really?
I'm not tall enough, but I am an awesome setter.
Hey,
bro,
you know what?
I could do it all day long. Let's set it.
Someone's got to do it.
And we have Evolution in the house, and we've got SVA from Arizona in the house as well. Thank you for being here today.
Shout out Arizona.
Make sure all your friends and family are watching at home on the Allied Esports Twitch channel so that they can check you out live under the lights right here at the HyperX Arena.
And you can already see the beautiful audience right now looking up at all the racers on deck. They are getting their controllers connected and getting prepared. We talked about the pods on the floor below. You can see those bad boys being able to be free to play. You can just walk up to them, practice some Mario Kart before you get on stage, because you better know your shortcuts, because if you don't, you're going to be left in the dust.
And roller tires, roller tires,
roller tires. Roller tires, roller tires.
I mean, let's just get it out of the way before we even start. If you're not using roller tires, Pidgey is going to have a problem with you. And he is tall, dark, handsome, and modesty is his best quality. Don't make him do what he's doing to the Pidgey to you, because you want to have fun, right? Roller tires are one of the first successes that you can have.
Roller tires comes first and foremost. If you're looking through those tires and you see big tires, don't use them. They make it very hard to drive. But if you see those roller or Azor roller tires, you're good to go. And if you want to know what's meta in the game right now, guess what? There's a meta in every single game whatsoever, every single time. You want to pick Yoshi and Teddy Buddy just to start yourself out. Those with the roller tires are the best combination in the game. And we did not get a random track. The only person who did pick random, we're going maybe to Mario Kart Stadium unless we're restarting this lobby. It's the call on the officials. We are restarting the lobby. You gotta pick random. Because we haven't gotten to semifinals yet. When you get to semifinals, you can pick tracks, but qualifiers are all random.
Rando! And it's the only way that you're gonna see Baby Park.
Yippee!
No, there's nothing fun about that. Hey, the randomizer isn't so random, though. We've talked about there's like 96 tracks that this game can play, and there's only about 27 that they like to pick.
Yeah, so we actually do have the list. From Saturday Night Speedway 123, Jackie Wars has kept track of all the map picks throughout qualifiers, semis, and grand finals. So we do have a little bit of insight to some of the tracks. We don't have all of them here. We have like top 21 most picked tracks. So we could kind of, I don't know if you want to do some brewing or some betting or anything else, Logan.
I mean, we are in Viva Las Vegas, so we might need to bet on some of these tracks. Let's take a look at, what are our top 3 tracks, Pidgey?
Okay, so top 3 tracks picked in qualifiers are TikTok Clock, Animal Crossing, and Yoshi Valley, but a runner-up is Toad's Turnpike. So those are our top 4 tracks technically. They're very neck and neck in terms of how many times they've been picked in qualifiers since 123. I think that's extremely interesting because I feel like we don't see Animal Crossing that often
No, we don't.
anymore.
But we saw it a bunch of times in the past couple weeks.
Yes, yeah.
And speaking of people that we may not have seen, well, last week, guess who's in the house tonight? Our #1 top player in the HyperX arena. Thanks to Oliver for doing the due diligence, breaking out the abacus, and getting the top 40 players in their rankings. Emery is in the house. She is here to say, hey, I'm #1. Bobby, settle down. I'm here to put you in your place.
Hey, you know what? That is the way to do it because Bobby is currently the king of this castle. If they lose today, it'll be quite interesting because they had a very dominating performance last week. They were playing extremely well, but we are going to Koopa Cape. Write it down. Where's Koopa Cape at? Anywhere near here on this randomizer? No Koopa Cape on the top 21 most picked tracks since SNS 123. Thank you, Jaguars, once again. He's the statistics guy. He has made his own rankings. The man's an Excel spreadsheet master. I love it. I love to see it.
He actually came in 3rd at the Excel spreadsheet World Finals here at the HyperX Arena not too long ago. As we get involved, and we're taking a look at Bobby in 1st place, now in 3rd. It's a battle for 1st.
You know what? Being on that lightweight loadout, you know it. You've seen it. Getting bumped to the side, but he's opted to go wide here to just grab some items, grab some coins. And now we're going to be seeing this other competitor. That is not Samgo, but we will be seeing them popping some mushrooms, trying to get around these corners. Remember, when you have smart steering on, you are not going to be able to take those shortcuts like you normally would. And you want to use mushrooms one at a time. You're just wasting them if you use them all at once.
Yeah, please don't do that. Don't spam them. I know you want to, but they don't help you anymore. You're literally wasting those mushrooms. Use them to the best of their ability as we check in on Yizzy. Oh, that's not Yizzy.
No, that is not Yezzy at all. We're going to get those names updated momentarily, don't you worry. But they are currently here in 9th place. We're going to be seeing them grabbing that item box, grabbing some coins, and trying to get around the pack. But grabs an absolutely devastating item. When you get a shock, though, you gotta wait for them to pass the item boxes. If they grab an item box after you get shocked, you're going to have a way harder time catching up to the rest of the pack. Especially if you're in last, you're really just aiming for 8th, 7th, and 6th to hit that shock on so you can work your way up. But not super dom here. But then we're going to be seeing this competitor using those mushrooms one at a time and gets backed by a green shell.
And let's talk about those coins for a hot second here. It behooves you to not have 10 coins in your pocket at all times because it just makes you go faster. So if you're sitting there going, why am I not catching up to the rest of the pack? Do you have 10 coins? Let's start there. Right now, I do believe we're...
This is Mega J Keezy on the screen right now. Didn't even know that they were here tonight. So it's great to see him. Going to be able to take that shortcut. Boom, 1, 2, and 3. But bumps the tree and doesn't realize they had a red shell behind him. This is going to be Bobby in 2nd place. Grabs the fire flower, opting to spam it back, and now holds on to it for the time being. A two-time Shockerino on Koopa Cape.
You know, lightning strikes 2 times. Well, it does. It tends to hit you each and every single time here in the arena. You just never can keep up with the lightning, and it just takes the wind out of your sails as we're checking in with Bobby. And look at that. We've got a 1st place win, I believe.
That's J-Dex.
That was J-Dex. Bobby in 2nd.
And then Knight in 3rd place, being able to survive and scrape by. There's not many tournaments we have left with Knight being here, so it's really great to see. We even have more Zilla in this lobby, it looks like. So this is a very stacked qualifier, to say the least. You're going against some heavy hitters for the most part.
Yeah, well, each and every single week, these competitors come out and they put the time in, they put the effort in, they come out and they compete. And that's why they're part of our top 40 competitors here in the HyperX Arena in our rankings. Do you want to be part of the rankings? Get here under the lights and show you, your family, and you know what? Show up and show out for the rest of the community here and tell everybody, hey, I'm really good at this game. I can beat you. I can't.
That's all that matters.
I can't compete with these competitors, but maybe you can.
It really is a game that has a high skill ceiling. You don't realize it, but Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Competitive is bigger than it ever has been. If you didn't realize, we have Momocon and DreamHack, which both supplied a $5,000 prize pool for this beautiful game. A lot of money on the line. 1st place racer got $2,000 in the free-for-all tournament. So there's a lot of money to be made in Mario Kart if you put the time and effort in. Like I said, I'm an item-reliant goober when it comes to Mario Kart. I will play by the items and die by the items, and that's really all you have to do. If you use your items good, you can catch up and win these races.
Yeah, and item utilization is one of the proponents of this game. Look, it's not enough to be good at racing. It's not enough to know the shortcuts. You need to know how to use your items and how your opponents are going to use their items as well. Let's talk about defense for a little bit. Look, if you're holding on to a shell or a banana or anything like that, put it behind you so you don't get jacked up like that right there. That Bowser, well, not full Bowser, but mini Bowser right there, just got
Bowser Jr.
Just got taken for his lunch money and his Jordans.
Yeah, and it's really important for you to hold those shells behind your back, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in this situation. Popping the mushroom beforehand. If you get hit, all right, well, that's lesson number one. Wait until you get hit by the red shell to use your mushrooms. If you try to outrun a red shell, well, you're going to lose that battle.
Yeah, and you're not going to have fun. At the end of the day, we're here to have fun playing video games, and the more fun you can have is by winning. That was great not getting hit by that green shell. Remember, when you throw a green shell and it hits off of a wall or something like that, it automatically becomes a red shell and it starts to get at you.
Yeah, that's called a smart balance, which it's really something you can utilize in a really great way, because if you are like right here, boom, bounce it off the wall, it has smart tracking features, it will absolutely nail the person in front of you. But right now we are getting into the last lap, making it easy here in 4th place. Checking that back camera also. We're getting lesson after lesson after lesson. You better have the notepad out. Checking the back camera allows you to see who has an item that potentially might need defense, or if you know there's a red shell coming, you can back up, slow down. Knight having a terrible time trying to get around these corners, and there's going to be another red shell coming his way, dropping him down to 5th, but going to try and outrace Mega JTZ right now. Yeah,
falling all the way back into 6th place as we take a look at Bobby, currently in 1st, holding on to that red shell for dear life right now, putting it behind him as a defensive mechanism, and able to use it to stay in 1st place. Let's go, Bobby Digital.
And going to be able to go through this second item box, but opts to hold on to that item. Doesn't know what's behind him, so he's rather being able to use it. And wall dodges the first red shell and is able to protect himself from the second red shell and will allow him to grab a 1st place finish. That is the Mario Kart IQ that we're all here to see.
He just out IQ'd the actual game. He beat the red shell to the wall. That was amazing IQ right there. That's why Bobby is one of the top performers each and every single week here at the HyperX Arena.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about that high skill ceiling in this game. Being able to utilize the wall to make the red shell break onto it is a very high skill thing to do. It's very difficult.
Break yourself, fool. That's literally what just happened with that red shell. Bobby was like, nah, I got this, bro. Nah. Hold my soda. I got this.
You know what? If you do want a soda, grab a waiter, waitress, and grab some food. The food here is phenomenal. It is very, very good. We just did a food review last week of the hottest wings known to man. That VOD is on Twitch. If you want to see us be miserable about hot wings, it was a good time, to say the least.
Speak for yourself. It was a good, it was fun, okay? It was fun for you.
That's
not so much for us.
Nicest thing we could say is that it was fun. And what's also fun is eating ice cream, as we're going to be going to Sky High Sunday for the next track.
Let's go. Let's get some donuts.
Is that on the top 21?
Is it?
No.
I don't see it. And hold on. I feel like we hit that track a lot.
I know, right? Even in, well, it's not sorted by grand finals appearance, so potentially grand finals is up there.
And just so everybody knows, this is Emery's top map.
Favorite map,
top map. I believe she holds a record on this map. So you do not want to give this to her. When we get into the later stages of this game and you're able to actually, ban a track, this may be the track to ban with Emery in the house tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very simple track at the end of the day. It's really
very
big oval, and no, a comm error is going to occur. So we're going to have a little bit of a technical podcast starting right now and a technical timeout as we try to get that switch back up and running. Unfortunately, you know what? I was talking about DC Danny before in the pre-show.
Yeah.
Speak his name and things will happen.
Well, you know what? We've got a little bit of time today. I just want to give a quick shout out to, it is Stuart Scott Day. If you don't know the late, great Stuart Scott from ESPN, he was one of my mentors. And if you're looking at the camera going, I don't know who that is, when we're done with this broadcast, I need you to YouTube Stuart Scott. He's the one who created Booyah, Cooler Than the Other Side of the Pillow. All of these vernaculars and some of this zeitgeist stuff that you're used to seeing and hearing, Stuart Scott created that, and he was one of my mentors. Today is Stuart Scott Day over at ESPN, and I just want to say one thing. Hey, Stu, I'm still paying rent in your house. Thank you.
Well, that was very sweet. That is awesome. And it's really, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, sports, esports.
Yeah, it's all the same.
It's really all interlinked and connected. And honestly, to have such great mentors in every single which way, that's what brings all of us together under the same roof, doing the same thing. And right now, just appreciating the world of esports is what we do here at the HyperX Arena. And even sports, everything else. We've had so many names, literally, of all different professionals.
Name one right now. Yep, they were there.
Yes. Really, this place has probably had more celebrities than most places. I'm just saying.
I mean, we're here right now tonight, and we've got celebrities hitting that stage. And if they're not known to you, they're known to each and every single person who watches this every week. I was down earlier talking to somebody who came in from Long Beach today. We've got two twins playing, and they said to me, they know everybody. They know all the personalities that come here and everything. Yeah, and they said I was the funny guy.
Oh my God! They don't know what's funny.
Well, they did say funny looking. They did say funny looking.
Okay, he gave away the looking part. That's good. Good on you.
They held on to that for a second. And we've got Jackie Juarez behind us. Kiro, you're going to see some of the top players in the game today showing up behind us on the board. If you want to get up there, all you have to do is come down here and participate and say, Oliver, I need my picture up on the board, and he can make it happen for you.
Yeah, and if you go on Start GG and register one of these weeks, we have these tournaments every single week. You can register through Start GG, go to their Discord, and apply to have your name up here and be a part of the community. I think it's a really cool thing. Oliver's idea, absolutely an amazing thing. You see me right up there. Jack and Dax, their favorite game, Super Bell Subway, at Triple S Tier Track. There is just, you can learn a little bit about the community as well. So it's very, very nice to have this sort of shout out to this beautiful community.
And speaking of the community, coming up in just a little bit, we've got our winter series about to hit, and it's going to hit hard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's going to hit hard.
Tell me why. Tell me why, Logan.
Well, it starts on the 27th of December with a Warzone Duels tournament, and we are proud to announce that Unrational, the second top Warzone player in the entire world, will be here playing under the lights with you. So get involved. Look, there's a QR.
The only rational thing you can do is get involved.
I see what he did there.
You'd be unrational to not.
Look, we've got so many great events. We've got Counter-Strike 2. We've got Black Ops 6. We've got the Knockdown warm-up. Of course, we've got frags. We will be in the house for Speedway. And we've also got sporting events as well, because knock the E off of esports. At some point, this is just going to become sports. At the end of the day, esports is a part of sports. And when the rest of the world catches up with us, watch out, kids. Watch out.
I mean, it is genuinely such a ginormous industry. It's been a part of all of our childhoods, basically, at least mine, seeing how gaming has grown competitively. I mean, to think, when I first came here, right, I didn't think that Mario Kart would even be somewhat competitive, but the way I've learned and way I've expanded my horizons throughout and learning about how basically every single game has a competitive community, it's just beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. And it just goes to in the same realm as sports in general, saying, hey, any single sport you think of, there's going to be something competitive about it.
Absolutely. And I was really scared to see them fall off the map. How have they stayed on the map right now? They should have been all over the place. They were a little willy-nilly. They're off to the side as we're checking in on ninth place currently.
And we're going to be seeing it. Yeah, you can see their volleyball team next to their name as well. So that is very cool to have a little bit of shout out representing their own team. on these Mario Kart tracks, but we're going to be seeing now Ian on the screen, going to be able to pop those mushrooms, work their way up to 6th place, but that Bowser Jr. not going to make it easy.
No, not going to make it easy. By the way, this looks like a good skateboarding map. It brings me back to my skateboarding days back in the day when I was a teenager with just a little bit of gold in a pager. As we check in on Knight right now, currently in 4th place, holding on to those red shells, getting rid of them, and keeping one more for a defensive purpose. That worked out really well. We've got a mushroom. Let's see what happens.
Knight going to be waiting to utilize this mushroom because guess what? We talked about it before. Gonna wait to get hit by that red shell, and then gets hit by a red shell again. They're gonna be falling down, down, down.
Into the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom, boom.
What a lame way to go, but that's how the Mario Kart crumbles. Cookie crumbles. I should have gotten the cookie part in there, but you know what? We try out here. Mega J Keys is gonna be here in 1st place. Got the air horn in hand. Going to actually have a somewhat tiny bit of a lead. Pops the air horn, almost uses it too early. Shot comes out, which only will confirm Mega J Keezy's 1st place finish.
Yeah,
potentially.
there's probably no way that they're going to lose this. Look at all those fireballs coming out. Oh my gosh!
J-Dex gets bigger first, which is just going to allow them to grab that 1st place finish. Mega J Keezy in 2nd. Fortnite Hun, which is Bobby in 3rd.
Oh my gosh, that was almost the reverse of a caster curse right there. I just didn't see anybody being able to come up from behind and make a go of it, but guess what? I spoke too soon.
Spoke a little bit too soon, and Mega J Keezy almost used that air horn too soon, missing out on the opportunity. I mean, honestly, the Mario Kart IQ comes into play there too, right? Because he could have just slowed down, used the air horn, hit 2nd place, potentially 3rd place as well, and then the shot comes out. Or, and it wasn't a bad idea to keep front running, just keep trying to run away with it. But there are some more things to potentially even ruin someone else's race that you wouldn't even think about. And there's so much in your own toolbox that you can use in this game as well. So that's what I love about it as we go to Music Park, which I know that's got to be here. Yes, number 8 most picked qualifier track. Music Park. Jaguars up that number real fast. We're at what are we at? 26, make it 27.
Yeah, and this is a great map. This is a fun map. It's a good looking map. There's something enjoyable about it for everybody. I enjoy just watching competitors on this map. And here we go. We're off to the races, literally and figuratively. And I can see the big band getting behind it right now as we hit the piano keys.
The piano keys are so cool because any which time you race down those keys, they are in time of the track, which is crazy. Even this section, it is so cool, and even Knight is on beat of running into bananas on the beat of the music. But we're going to be seeing Evo here, going to be able to just barely almost fall off this track. And there's something that you can do there as well. It's called a smart bounce. You drift off that section, hit the trick button at a certain time, on a very specific time, you'll bounce and even lunge even further than you would just normally bouncing on it. But right now, it's going to be gonna grab the Piranha Plant, gonna go wide. There is a shortcut right there for you to use if you wanted to, but now Jake on the screen got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, Jake's got some work to do. He's in 12th place, but he's got the golden mushroom. Let's see if they use it effectively. Now, the golden mushroom you can spam. But let's just put that out there. Go ahead, spam. Be a spamaholic. Get involved. As we check in on Knight, currently in 2nd place, making their way in the world today, and it takes everything they got, and they're doing a good job of it.
There you go, seeing the smart bounce being utilized by Knight, but hits the wall a little bit, so they lose a little bit of speed, which can hurt him a lot. Pops the ghost, but Bandit now in 4th place. Pops the air horn and gets popped himself. Get it squished. Oh, that is brutal.
I'm squishing your head, said the kids in the hall, as we check in on
who, where, what, when?
We got an empty chair in the house. I think that's Bobby right now. He just got pushed back to 2nd place, but that's not his loadout.
No, it is not, but it's something that this used to be the meta loadout in the game. You could not find a competitive lobby that did not have Waluigi Wiggler waiting to be happening. Is that a picture of Bobby? No, what happened? Am I missing something? Did I just black out? Why is he here now again? Oh, he's on the ground. He's playing on the ground for some reason. If you're comfortable, you know what? More power to you.
You know what, Bobby? I got nothing for you. Seriously, he's on the ground.
He is on the ground and is able to grab a 1st place finish finish away from Knight, had the mushroom, took the shortcut. Knight unfortunately could not hit that green shell snipe. Jadex is here in third place. Very respectable finish to hit end on that podium.
Yeah, I mean, just like gravy on a biscuit, it's all good in the hood right now. Bobby making it look easy, Jadex coming in third place. And remember, in the qualifying rounds, you really just need to focus on getting 1 through 6.
1 through 6.
1 through 6. Just focus on that. You need about 27 points to 35 points, depending on the week. And that's what you got to focus for the qualifiers, because your first job here is to get to the semis. And then once we get to the semis, we can start talking about the grand finals, where everybody is in the money.
In the money. Top 12 competitors here tonight are going to get paid out, doubling their money. So you got better odds practicing some Mario Kart than going out there trying to win some money on the tables. That is all I'm saying.
It's true.
And it's very true. I'm not joking to you. Practice Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, Fortnite, because we have Fortnite events every Friday night. You can even get a part of that. Top 10 gets paid out there, doubling your money as well.
And it's a bunch of money for frags,
$1,000 prize pool. So there's a lot of money on the line there. $700 here. So we're a little bit behind, but not much. We're still giving away a lot of cash. And we already calculated it just a teeny bit. Maybe if we wanted to do it one more time, just to put the nail on the coffin here. Hold on.
And while you're looking that up, I just want to put this out there. This is one of the trophies that you can win here at the Winter Series. Look at this bad boy. This is Crystal. Not Crystal. This is Crystal.
Crystal.
It's heavy, too.
It's very heavy. It is actually
I have to put my hand under this, because gosh forbid that I drop one of these and Oliver comes over and he's like, yo, bro, what up?
What up? But you know what? He didn't know that we were actually going to do a lightsaber fight with them afterwards. So if you want to stick around, please do. But that is something you can win during the Winter Series, during the, guess what? Warzone duos, Counter-Strike 2, and Black Ops 6 gunfight. You'll be able to win one of these trophies, or during Fortnite, Mario Kart, and Knockdown, which is going to be a multitude of different games. But you can win one of these beautiful trophies if you want to come back at the end of the month and partake into one of the best events of HyperX history.
And these are not participation awards, okay, kids? You need to come down here and you need to place well, okay?
Yeah.
We're not just giving out awards for the sake of giving them out.
We're not giving out solid crystal for no reason. Let's be real here. Let's be honest.
This is a mantelpiece, okay? This is got to sit above your fireplace. You can
absolutely
look at your friends and family and go, but let's look at the award that I just got.
You know what? It's nice. You got the whole Luxor vibe.
Yeah, you got the pyramid on top.
It's nice. It's a very nice trophy. I told Oliver that I was going to take one home, so he better have one on standby, or I'm going to be very sad.
You mean these aren't ours? Because I'm taking one of these anyways.
Speedway event winner. That's me.
Oh, that's you.
That's me. Oh my God, I've won a Speedway before.
Oh my gosh, I just won Knockdown.
Oh my God.
I'm so good at fighting games.
Thank you, Oliver. You're
Thanks,
so
Oliver.
nice. You know what? This is gonna go real. Where are you putting yours over your fireplace? Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, and as the British would say, Happy Christmas.
But honestly, I am pretty excited to see what's going to happen next with this next qualifier. I don't even know. I don't even know what to expect.
Well, you know what I can tell you? I need you to take a moment to yourself.
Yes.
Go into the kitchen, grab yourself a soda, grab yourself some popcorn, come on back, because we've got a full night of racing right here at the HyperX Arena for Saturday Night Speedway. We'll be back in a second. Ooh.
Hello and welcome back to Saturday Night Speedway. We're currently getting ready for qualifier number 2. We are getting ready for some squeaky clean sprint.
We are getting involved, and it's about to happen right now. So get that popcorn, grab a soda, grab a water, get involved. If you are not here in the house,
I got a soda.
He's got a soda. He's got some popcorn, and here we go. We're starting right off. I do believe that's Emery right now on the board in first place.
Yes, it is our top tier competitor here at the arena once again, trying to defend her crown because did she really lose it if she didn't show up? Let's have that argument.
No, she doesn't lose it.
I mean, if you leave your castle undefended,
okay.
I'm just saying, Bobby took the mantle.
Well, now she's back, and she's better than before. Hey now, Emery is back.
Yeah, and we'll see if they're going to be able to lock in like they normally do. You have not Knight on the screen. This is going to be B minutes. Getting bumped to the side, misses the double item box, which is just brutal. Sees the triple greens right in front of him. Got to be able to pop that Piranha Plant, trying to get around the chaos, and now going to put themselves into second place.
Popping that plant. We love the alliteratory aspect of that as we check in on 10th place currently with 3 bananas.
3 bananas to use for defense. As minions would say, we're currently seeing that is Sloppy Gunner on the screen right now. We're currently getting those names updated. They will be current by the next race. But Sloppy Gunner going to be able to trick in the water and now pop some mushrooms. Goes through the item box, almost runs into a banana, but is able to get around the chaos here in now 9th place. Jake is going to have that golden mushroom, start slamming it down and be able to pop it, lock it, and lock it in.
This is one of my favorite tracks because it's one of those miniature tracks where you're smaller than everything else is happening around you. Look at the big toilet right there.
Oh, that's the toilet water,
that's a
right?
bidet. That's a bidet. That's not a toilet, that's a bidet.
You know what? If you want to think cleansely, sure, yeah, absolutely, that's a bidet. As Jake right now really has a long ways to go to get back up to the top of the charts, but we have Slopkinner on the screen in 4th place. Pops another golden mushroom, and that's going to let them skyrocket past some of the competition, work their way up to 3rd.
Making their way in the world today, they've got 2 more mushrooms, so they do have the power to be able to use a shortcut, and they got smacked with a squid in the face.
Yeah, and they just used the mushroom. Notice the red shells in front of them, but still just used the mushroom to slam their face into them. But still, now we have 3 minutes on the screen. Gonna be able to shock dodge at the very end with some triple reds. That's gonna allow them to grab at least 3rd place. But Emery having a half a lap lead against the competition, grabbing that 1st place finish. And we're gonna be seeing B minutes working their way up to 2nd. Kiro in 3rd.
You know what? Emery making it look so easy, and she pulled a little bit of Bobby at the end, grabbed her phone immediately just to say, hey, I already got this. I'm good, I'm secure, and you know what, Emery?
You like my Bobby cosplay?
I do like your Bobby cosplay, by the way.
Emery, though, making herself at home once again in the HyperX arena. Under the lights, doesn't matter to her. This is home for her. And you know what? Right now, she's the #1 person in my mind that you have to be able to beat today.
Yeah, it's just really fun to see, right? The different skill levels.
Yes.
Because when I first came here, it took me a long time to get good at Mario Kart. I was too scared to ask what was good in the game, what was the meta loadout, what was anything. I was too scared to ask anyone anything. But now being able to be here and spread that knowledge to you guys, really help you guys be on the first stepping stones that I wish I had. That is what we're here to do, and that's what we're really cool to see, all the people that are using that knowledge, using everything they've learned throughout the years of this game being out. It's been out for 10 years, and people are still learning things in this game.
10 years, and you know what? There's going to be a new iteration of this game at some point soon. We've been talking about it. What items do you want to see? I want Nintendo. I want to be able to throw a kitchen sink at somebody in the next
Very
game.
good timing on that one. You should have, a little bit late, but you know, good timing with the
Thanks.
bathroom.
Yeah.
Kitchen sink, oh, that's a bathroom, never mind. What am I saying?
We'll let you have that, buddy. We're going to let you have
Everything
that.
in the bathroom sink, right? Let that.
Somebody get him a XXX hot wing. He doesn't know where he is anymore.
No, not at all. But we are currently going to Canada, or Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canada. This is a really fun track. We don't see it often because it's not a popular track pick because it's somewhat difficult and somewhat unreliant of a front runner track in my opinion. There's just better tracks that do the same exact thing that this one does, but Kiro is going to get hit right in the beginning, dropping him down to 11th place.
Yeah, it's almost like he's backing right now, but I don't think that was the point. Kiro's got 1 point, needs 9 more to get up there, but currently in 9th. Hits the banana. Hits the banana.
You also saw the battle trying to get away from the banana, but then they hit each other on the road.
Full potassium.
Oh, no. That is so unfortunate. But right now we do have Pecan.
No!
You gotta hold down so you go up on the glider.
Yeah.
It's a very common mistake. Do not worry about it. It's something that you can learn and you'll remember once it happens the first time.
Hey, one of my favorite pies is pecan pie, and I guarantee that next, yeah, it's true. My mom would never let me have it as a kid. So as an adult, guess what I do? Eat a lot of pecan pie. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, everybody. Cool part about being an adult, you can eat pecan pie for breakfast. The bad part about being an adult, you don't want pecan pie for breakfast.
That's a good point. You know what? No one really brings that up. They're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want, but you don't want to do everything you want. As shot comes out, we're seeing a few. Oh, double shot dodge for some of these competitors. Max is going the wrong way. The arrows are directing you in a direction that you should go.
Max, follow the arrows, please. You got a great head of hair. Now all you have to do is strike that bullet bill. One of the best items that you can have on this map. It's going to do the work for you. Just let it do its job.
Especially on these 4 tracks.
Yes.
You do not want to look at the mini-map. The mini-map does not help you, but just follow the arrows and where to go, and they will not lead you astray. That's all you got to do. And if you do that, you won't end up like Max. But we have here on the screen throwing some green shells forward, having a tough time getting these mini turbos out.
Yeah, you gotta bide your time. You need to use them strategically, and they need to be in place as we check out aerial power style. Getting second place. Emery, once again, that is a back-to-back victory. Making it look easy. We're all just paying rent, and she is living large and in charge like Charles and or Marge right now.
Amiibo Kang gonna be here in 3rd place. Very great finish. If you're grabbing the top 3 finish in these qualifiers, it's gonna help you out a lot, to say the least.
Yo, seriously, the point totals right now, like we've talked about previously, you need to stay in the top 6 if you are going to guarantee your spot in a semifinal berth, as you will. But the other thing, look, you really just need to stay in that 27 to 35 point range. If you're there, chances are you will make it on to the semifinals.
And that's like extreme hours, right?
Extreme
hours.
Extreme.
If you need that 27 to 35 point range. But there is still a lot of chances to be had. Remember, you just need 1 good race, 2 good races to potentially put yourself in a spot where you're going to be in semifinals, where you're going to have 6 races. And guess what?
What?
Map picks, which is always a fun thing to be had. But we are going to Wario Stadium, RWS as a abbreviation would have. It's a very fun track, but there is no shortcuts on this.
No, there's none. Actually, 0.
Well, technically 1.
Well, yeah, but is it really 1?
No, you'll get like a spot maybe if you're like having a drag race basically, but it doesn't do much. You're not going from 11th to like 6th if you're taking that shortcut. It's really, all the strategy on this track comes from using mini turbos and utilizing them to the best of your ability.
And isn't drifting a big part of this track as well?
Oh, absolutely. To drift, you get the mini turbos. And when you drift, those mini turbos will not lead you astray unless your B-minutes should just lead themselves into a trailing banana right in front of them. But we do have Sundrop on the screen, coming back with us once again. Gonna get hit by that red shell and now pops the mushrooms 1 at a time.
1 at a time.
And gonna be able to work their way up to 8.
You know what? They're looking really good right now. Sundrop is getting it done.
Oh.
Battling for 7th, but gets bumped in the air. A little bit of that bump and grind. Rubbing his race, said Tom Cruise in Days of Thunder, and it is the truth.
Yeah, you said they were looking good. Looking good, falling down from the glider section. Avoids that red shell throw there, but Sloppy Gunner's gonna find a red shell coming their way and dropping them down to 8th place. Sees that red Yoshi beside him, gonna have a little bit of a bump battle there, but misses the item box.
No.
You don't want to do that. Always go for the doubles if you can. Try and not get item streams because this game is 30% luck as we're seeing it come in clutch as we're going to be seeing Caleb Band. Oh!
Yo, that was
70% skill right there.
Yeah, but that was a 1.5 second time. That was the best thing that could have happened to them if they were going to fall off the map. And we're here in the HyperX Arena. It is hype here in the HyperX Arena on Saturday Night Speedway.
This is what we're here for. It is an arena for a reason. Cheer for your favorite competitors as we currently see Emery here in first place. They aren't that far ahead, but you know who is that second place competitor and third place. But second place is going to take over first. They have an air horn for the blue shell coming up, so they don't have much to worry about unless Emery contests them coming up.
Well, I think Emery did that as part of her strat. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Emery making her move. First place. She's got the red shell. She backs the red shell. She's going to be able to become first place. That is a back-to-back victory for Emery.
Aerial Postal is here in third place. Going to see them. Didn't get to see who got that top 3 finish though, but that's Sloppy Gunner going to be there as well. Going to be able to hold on to that lead. And like I said, and Mario, the bot, is going to grab 4th. You know what? You can't let that happen. You can't.
When the bots beat you, I'm just saying it might be a bad day.
It might be. It might be time to boot up that campaign on Mario Kart and do some stuff there. But we're going to be going to the next race. What track have you grown to love so much?
Well, I mean, it always comes down to Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road.
I'm old. I love me some Rainbow Road. Look, typically...
You're crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm insane. But that's a different story for a different occasion. Look, the one thing I love about Rainbow Road is there are typically no guidelines. Like, you just fall off that track, and sometimes you got to take a leap of faith to be able to jump that track and get on to that next shortcut. I love Rainbow Road and all of its iterations in this game, but also your first love in Mario Kart has to be Rainbow Road.
Absolutely.
I mean, on the 64? Come on.
You gotta love it. It's gorgeous. It's pretty. The colors, you can't go wrong with it. But you can genuinely just think about how much work they put into this game. But that is their, I guess, motto here as we see bands falling off the track again.
Just falling off, but getting right back on very quickly. He's going to need to send a Christmas card.
To Lakitu, yeah, absolutely. For all the hard work that they put forward tonight. You know, they've been saving a lot of competitors.
Yes, definitely. As we check in on Hairy Legs.
That's fire.
Yeah, great name, by the way. We'll grab your razor afterwards. It's 8th place right now. Yo, they're mowing the lawn. You gotta get off of the lawn. No one's paying you to do that today. Get on the track. We want to see you on the pavement or the sand or whatever it is.
Yeah, and now we're going to see Aerial Postal getting hit by that blue shell. That's still going to be a first place run for them for the time being, but second place is catching up very quickly. Triple red hitting 5th place, and that's going to allow Emery to work their way up to 5th place. Trying to duke it out, slows themselves down so they don't get lag trails, and realizing that pressing the brake button is actually faster than hitting the items in front of you.
I know, it goes against every being in myself to think, hey, hold on a second, this is a racing game. What do you mean I need to brake? Well, every once in a while, braking works out for you, as we've seen. And we're checking in on B Minutes making their way. They're in 4th place, and now in 3rd place, they're getting it done. Ooh, they just got away from that green shell, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside, indeed. We got Sundrop in 7th place. Gonna be able to take around these corners. pops the star before the blue shell hits them. Really lucky timing, to say the least. They really got to get up to that 10-point, especially if you're going to get up to the top of the pack. Sloppy Gunner going to get hit by that red shell first and foremost before the blue hits them. Gives them that forward momentum, and the bomb misses. Hits the bottom of the cave. Allows them to keep running at first, but someone's going to be able to take that shortcut, and that's going to be the one, the only, Emery!
Emery not sweating at all. Looked so calm.
No, I see a little bit of sweat on her brow.
Yeah, just a little bit of that on the brow?
Just a little bit. I can see a little bit, maybe.
Well, she was.
Maybe that's a pixel.
She was in 8th place last time we checked in on her, and she was able to finish first, which, by the way, was her back to back to back to back victory. Emery getting it done. Yo, that is why.
Perfect 60 points for this qualifier.
That's why she's #1 in the house. Look, she's #1 in your playbooks, #1 in your hearts. Emery is showing up to show out and show the rest of the competition. Hey, I might not have been here last week, but I'm here this week. Recognize.
If you're not here to show up and show out, what are you doing here in the first place? Let's be honest here. You're in a tournament. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, some of the most talented racers in Las Vegas and from across the country, around the world, here tonight to play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That's what we're here to watch, and we're seeing it put on display beautifully.
I mean, literally, Emery just did exactly what she was supposed to do. She finished first each and every single time, literally letting the rest of the competitors eat her dust.
Eat her dust. That's the only way to do it in Mario Kart, in my opinion. If you're not actually having someone eat your dust in Mario Kart, are you actually playing the game?
No, probably not.
No, not at all. But we are currently going to get into the next qualifier momentarily. We're seeing them getting lined up, racers on deck. If you heard your name already, you should already know where to go and what, where, and why. But we are currently going to be looking at what, who, what, where, and how. But we are going to get right back to the action momentarily as we see our top 24 on the bubble. This is your current top 24 standings. If you see yourself, you should be a little bit worried if you're at that 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. You are on the cutting room floor. Top 24 moves forward from these qualifiers. Highest point total from those 4 races.
I love all of those Evo. That's from the volleyball team Evolution that is in town right now, with SVA is also here in the house. But Evo is taking over our Saturday Night Speedway right now. I love to see the fact that our actual competitors that are in the top 40 are in the top 13 right there. And then Evo takes over the rest of the entire equation.
You know what? I'm not arguing about it. I'm not hating it, you know?
I'm loving it.
I love it. I love it. I love to see the competition. I love to see new talent joining us today. And you know what? When you're waiting around, go practice some Mario Kart. Remember, Yoshi, Teddy Buddy, Rollers, or Peachette, or Birdo. They're all the same weight class. Yes. You can use those characters, and guess what? You'll be on the starting path of becoming part of the meta. Yoshi, Teddy Buddy, Rollers. You're good to go.
Now, it's a little bit warmer out in the air today here in Vegas, but it's been cold all week long.
Ooh.
And if you've got a little bit of chill to your bone right now, you need to go over and talk to my man Mike and Dave and say, hey, I need a little bit of hot chocolate to warm the cockles of my heart.
Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Go grab yourself some hot chocolate, and when we come back, we better see you slurping it down, because we have another high-action qualifier coming soon. Hello and welcome back. We're currently getting ready for qualifier number 3. And our first track of the day, serving it up Gary's way, is Sydney Sprint, and I was just streaming some Mario Kart last night. I got this track 3 separate times on the randomizer.
Three times?
Three times in an hour.
All right.
Realize this. Okay, so this track got to be top 20, right? We're going to be looking at that real fast.
No, it's not top 20, but break out the boomerangs because we are from the land down under. I want to have some, what's that? Maramite or whatever? What's that stuff that they eat down there? They don't like peanut butter, but they will put some crazy stuff on their sandwich. As we see Jackie Juarez getting torn up by a red shell right there, but they're able to back and grab some coins, and they are sitting pretty with a mushroom in hand. They pop that mushroom to check in on Santa right now.
Santa indeed. But what is the bet for you, Logan? Is this a top 20 most picked random track or not?
I don't think it is.
You are correct. All right, it's not in that top 20 list that we have right now.
I'm so smart. SMRT, let's go.
SMRT is what we're here to be. As we got Sundrop on the screen, not Sundrop actually, I don't know why. I thought we changed screen, but we'll get those names updated momentarily. We're currently here in 4th place, got those triple reds, and this is gonna be the Luigi that's about to take some shots.
We've got some crazy 8s up on the board. It's a card game that I used to love to play with my grandmother. It's an interesting item because you literally have every item in the box, but how you use them, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, that is what's really fun about the Crazy 8, right? You don't have to use it. You don't gotta spam it. You can utilize all of those Crazy 8 items as much as you want. Hopefully Jackie Juarez is able to dodge that one. But Carter going to get hit by that shot. Go for those double item boxes. You don't want to run into the red shells.
I think Carter thought he could grab the red shell.
Potentially,
that
would actually be really cool. I think that would be a way better gameplay mechanic than any. Or if you press left trigger when you run into it, you like grab it instead of running into it. That would kind of be cool, honestly.
That would be cool. I mean, you can grab the mushrooms as you go by them, so why not the red shells?
You know what?
Saying.
Real. So real. Or maybe a hand where you can like pick stuff up. I don't know, steal an item. Who knows? But Mr. Scooty's here. If you didn't know, their son is a prodigy at this game. They are very, very good. They played across the country at PAX West on the official Nintendo channel. So Mr. Scooty taking the route and taking inspiration from their son. Gonna be able to pop these rooms, but use them way too early as they're gonna throw that blue shell, and Jackie Juarez is gonna be able to grab a 1st place finish. Zol is in 2nd, and Pete Zinn gonna be here in 3rd place.
Something I want to bring up about Zul. Guess what they ordered today at the HyperX Arena?
What?
They ordered the XXX Hot Wings.
No.
Yeah, they said, you know what? I enjoyed watching them eat those hot wings last week so much so that I'm going to have them today. And they're enjoying them because, you know what? At the end of the day, all the food here at the HyperX Arena is delicious.
That is true.
As somebody might say, delish.
You know what? That is true. I love the sauce. It might have made my tongue go numb and I couldn't taste things for about a day, but it was still very good. It's one of my all-time favorite hot sauces. So
if you like heat, it's delicious. If not, well, then go for the mild.
That is fair. Yeah, and honestly, they got the Frank's hot sauce was real good. Really good hot sauce. And yeah, honestly, if you're thinking about it, go grab some food. It's very, very good if you haven't already. Or some hot choco, hot chocolate. Do what you can to get yourself all filled up for the next race, which is going to be Athens Dash.
You can tell somebody's been playing Final Fantasy because he came very close to saying Chocobo right there.
Oh, good one. Good one. So proud of you, Logan.
Thank you so much. I do pay attention sometimes.
Oh, we got Derek on the screen right now, though. Team Evo in the house right now. We're going to be seeing him here in 12th place. But with Athens Dash, you got to run. You got to front run this track. There's not many shortcuts on this track for you to catch back up really easily. And the thing about this is that you're going to be seeing certain areas with dash panels and those fake wooden kind of hidden shortcuts, and they don't help you that much at all. But we see Golden Boy in 9th place.
Yeah, currently in 9th place. Well, now in 8th, now
Hey,
in
whoa,
7th.
whoa, whoa.
Pops that star. They're in 6th place. They're making their move right now. 5th place. Let's keep it going. They've got fireballs. They are hot to trot right now.
Hot to go, that's what we like to listen to, but we've got Golden Boy still on the screen. Gotta be able to throw those fire flowers out. Piranha Plant helps you from those fire flowers. Great awareness of throwing back the fire flower as defense when the red shell was coming. Great utilization of that item.
Yeah, no, and that's just the IQ and patience. Patience is a virtue, and here in this game, sometimes it does pay off. As we see Redneck Jesus with the Santa hat on, popping, locking, and trotting right now. They've got, well, I spoke too soon. They had the golden mushroom, but they got shocked, locked, and dropped right there.
Redneck Jesus going to be here in 7th place. Going back over to Zol on the Diddy Kong. Going to be able to grab a double item box. But like I said before, this track is not a shortcut type track. You're seeing these straightaways and how long they are. There is not a lot of room for you to take over some competitors. But Zol's got to be able to find their opportunity to take over 3rd place. Blue Shell on the way. It's going to land before the finish line, which allows Jaguars to grab 1st place.
Jaguar is looking so nice and tight in his white today. Coming in 1st place, that's Yezi in 3rd place. I did not check out who made 2nd, but you know what? We are only down. Zol! All right.
2nd.
Right there in the top. Getting it done. Zol will not go away right now as we head into another qualifier. We're in qualifier number 3 currently.
Yes, qualifier number 3. 2nd race down, but Jaguars on that perfect 60 track. Will they be able to pull an Emery? Only time will tell, and only will they be able to do it themselves, because it really is a relentless game. I was talking about it before.
Yeah.
It's a 70% skill, 30% luck type game, because if the game gives you what you need to survive or move forward. Triple greens, use it as defense, throw it when you need to. If you're just spamming out all your items willy-nilly, you're going to get hit. You're going to get spammed out. You're going to get Mario Karted. You gotta use your items good and utilize them to the best of your ability.
Yeah, I'm going to go against what The Rock would say, and I would say, it does matter what your items are. I'm just saying.
It doesn't even matter what your name is. But we're going to Sky Garden, one of the more controversial tracks because they changed the entire design of it from the previous game. If you don't know, look it up on YouTube and realize how much better it was before they changed it for the tour tracks. It was significantly better.
All right, so what's the main thing that really grinded your gears when you found this out?
I didn't even know how much they changed it, right? So when someone told me and then we watched it on stream, I was like, it was not only more fun to race on, it was a longer track, and it had more entertaining shortcuts where you can intercut between the clouds. So like right here, boom, jump off. Right there, boom, jump off. And it was so much more fun than just this much more simplistic type track that they opted to go to. Granted, it's gorgeous. I think graphically, it is so pretty.
This is our Jack and the Beanstalk map.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's just graphically Mario Kart 8 Deluxe being one of the best games on the Switch.
It absolutely has to be one of the best games on the Switch, and I'm excited to see what they do with it, with the next system and the way that they're able to develop this game, because like we said previously, it is 10 years old.
If they don't give us literally everything in the kitchen sink, I think you're going to make a lot of Mario Kart fans mad. So they better have a full-fledged campaign. They better have everything, pulling out all the stops, because we've had 3 Splatoon games before we've gotten one new Mario Kart game.
Well, I mean, they do keep giving us the DLCs, so...
Yeah, DLC was there saying, oh, I'm sorry. Yezi, though, is not sorry by running... Oh!
Off the map is where he ran.
That is not what you want to do on the final lap of Sky Garden. You got Jaguars on the screen. Sees 3rd place, getting hit by a red shell. Takes that no-item shortcut, and now they're going to be able to drift their way off the panel. Will they be able to glide their way to a victory? Throws the red shell forward. It does not land. PD Zin going to be here in 1st place. Pete Zinn is the name, not Petey Zinn. But Jaguars in third, Zol in second, and there goes Jaguars' perfect 60 points.
Wow. Right out the window with the kitchen sink. Jaguar is playing very well, as they always do. And one of the things I want to point out, if you notice, Jaguars has a GoPro. And they record each and every single one of those races. And they go back and they watch them. It is so important that if you want to be really good at what you do, that you review your own work.
Absolutely.
As a caster, I go back and I rewatch casts and try to pick up on the things that I did well and some of the things that I didn't do well. And it is the same in esports and gaming. You need to review before you can move forward.
Yeah, it really is like that in every single game. That's why there's a spectate option. That's why there's a replay button. That's why you can save your races in this game so that you can go back, watch what went wrong, and really review it. I used to do this all the time for grand finals when I used to compete in this tournament. I would go back, watch it, break it down, and be like, this was very stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Obviously, I shouldn't have thrown a red shell at the very finish line and then I get hit by 15 other items. See, there's little things like that that stack up in this game, which just makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's really, at the end of the day, your fault.
Well, ease of entry here in Mario Kart. Everybody can pick up a controller and be decent at Mario Kart.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows how to play it. Everybody gets the mechanics, right? But to be awesome at it takes a different level of commitment that we see from our competitors here each and every single Saturday night.
Yeah, it's not easy to just drift. You think it looks easy, but once you pick up that controller and you're trying to remember mini turbo, super mini turbo, ultra mini turbo, and doing it at the right time, it's very difficult. I hate to break it to you, but it is a racing game with some really nice mechanics that you can utilize in a really great way. But Riverside Park is the next track of this whole entire qualifier.
And this is another one of those maps that we don't see very often, my friend.
No, we don't. It's very short. It has some really strong shortcuts. And a beautiful green shell snipe by Red Nancy.
Getting it done right there, throwing off that red shell. And we check in on Carter from Evo, one of our great volleyball teams in the house tonight. Getting very Australian and throwing that boomerang around. It does not find its mark, though.
No, it does not. And they're going to grab that single item box, and that's going to be another star. Remember, use that star in the off-road. The off-road's not there for no reason. You want to take those shortcuts to help you patch back up. Even though these shortcuts aren't the strongest ones in the game,
yeah, they're not necessarily shortcuts, but
no.
the way that you take them, make them shortcuts. Like right here.
There you go, the good shortcut.
Not
right
a
there.
real shortcut, but they just made that a shortcut.
Yeah, and it just slowly helps you creep up to the front of the pack as you're seeing that blue shell land. You're going to use the Piranha Plant to give them that forward momentum. If you get hit by a blue shell, if you get hit by a red shell, you get that forward momentum. With a blue shell, you don't, as Zol's going to get knocked back to second place, which we can only think it's the one, the only Jaguars in first place, going to be able to redeem themselves on the final race of qualifier number 3.
Zol coming in second place, and Yezi rounding out our top 3. That is qualifier number 4. Race number 4 of qualifier number 3. And man, the competition is heating up. It is loud up in here. People are cheering for their favorite competitors. And if you're not here, you're missing out on the in-house action that happens each and every single Saturday night here at Saturday Night Speedway. Allied Esports in the house, HyperX Arena. We're here inside of the luxurious and lovely Luxor Hotel.
It is a beautiful place to be. And every single person I talk to always asks me, did we eat some hot wings in here before we came in? Because it is getting heated. It's getting intense. You're playing against your friends, your family members, and when they red shell you, you get to look over at them and say, why did you do that?
You don't get a Christmas card from me this year. You'll get nothing in like it, Spalding. Oh, nice hat. Like a hat like that, you should get a free bowl of soup. Oh, no, but it looks good on you.
Oh, man. But every single person I talk to, and I always ask, you know, because this tournament's been around for eons.
It has.
Is number 226, man. This is crazy amount of tournaments for this event.
And a lot of money that they've given out here at the HyperX just for playing Mario Kart.
Yeah,
kids.
so I actually did look that up.
Yeah,
I want to get back to that.
How much?
So Bobby, who's our most winning of all winningness champions here at the arena. Let's just say, and I know it's not the correct amount, he's won 70 of these. Let's just say he has. So times 200, we can do the math quite easily. Bobby has won over $14,000 here.
Whoa!
By playing Mario Kart.
Hey, Bobby, you're buying sodas after this round, all
Hey,
right?
that is true. You know what, Bobby? Come on, pull out the wallet. Yeah, he's made, if we just think, I don't know the exact amount of victories, but I'm pretty sure it's around there because I underestimated it, and he called me out when we were walking out of the arena. He said, I've won more than that. And I'm like, okay, man, okay, I know you're amazing. All right, I love Bobby. He's a fantastic person. He's the funniest person I've ever met in my life.
We give Bobby a lot of guff up here, but that's because he gives us the guff right back.
He does. He totally does, and I love him for it. He is such... Bobby makes my day every single time I get to see him.
I walked up on stage to say hi to him earlier, and he looks at me and goes, what do you want? All right, we got our top 24 right now. You are on the bubble. If you see your name up here, look, Emery, that cool 60 points, making it look easy right now.
Yeah, making it look easy indeed. Currently, still have another qualifier to go, but we'll see how that's going to round out for the rest of the competition. But like I said, if you're on that cutting block floor, you better be a little bit nervous. You shiver in your timbers because there is no guarantee that you're going to get through to the next round. Remember, only top 24 from the qualifiers will be moving forward from your qualifiers. So after those 4 races, this is the total point total that you got. If you're not in the semifinals right now, you better be shivering and you better be timbering.
I'm wearing Tim's right now, but that's a different story for a different day. B-Minutes right behind us. They're having a decent day right now, but I need to see a little bit more out of them. Bobby, look at Bobby's got his O face on right now.
Hog.
And he's getting it done. Look, it's up to Bobby to keep his first place. Emery is technically in second place now in the arena rankings, but that's why she's back this week, to take her queen crown and put it back on top of her head.
That's the way to do it. Emery, also an amazing artist. If you're ever looking to get your me drawn, go check her out on Twitter. She is absolutely amazing. She has put out some really, really cool me art out there. So if you do want to get yours looking fresh, have a new profile picture, go check her out on Twitter. Please do. She has a really great drawing skill.
So fresh and so clean. Make sure you're checking out all of our competitors, because not only are they great Mario Kart competitors, but they have other lives outside of this. And you know what? Their personalities and they're part of communities. And the great part about this community is when you come down here, if you're at home going, you know, I have anxiety around certain things. Look, we all do. Come down here, ask questions, get involved. This is a great community of people who want to meet more people just like you. And if you're a great Mario Kart competitor, or you would like to be a great Mario Kart competitor, the first step is stepping in the arena.
That is the way to do it. I told you before, I was too scared to ask any single competitor. When I saw them on stage, I'm like, oh my God, this is the real deal. But they're all just like you. They've been playing the game. They want everyone to be the best that they can be, so that you're all racing fast, that you're all on the same page. If you have any questions, we're also here to guide you in the right direction and lead you into the world of competitive Mario Kart, because I've been a part of this scene for years, man. It has been amazing. It's had its ups and downs as everything else does, but it has been only a positive experience in my life to be a part of such a wonderful community of people that have been really welcoming, really just amazing, especially transitioning over to the commentary side and everything. And especially you felt the love too.
I have.
It's crazy how great it is when you share the same love for their game.
I was off for a couple weeks because I was doing an esports talk show that I had. Oh my gosh, what is that?
What are we?
Is that a deer? What is that?
Oh, it's the talking deer meme. I love those memes, Immortal. Let's go. No, it's like they do like talking memes, so it looks like the deer's talking or singing or something like that. It's really cute. You should look it up. It's really fun.
I might be a little bit too old for that, but I will check it out.
Too old to watch a deer sing?
When was the last time you saw a deer sing?
Just right now.
I like venison as well.
Well, good thing, hopefully, that deer won't turn into venison. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up, kids.
Don't do that.
You'll be very sad.
Hey,
Rudolph ain't coming home for Christmas.
no, but he's gonna light the way. He's gonna light the way for us all. Hey, have you seen Red One yet? On the new Rock. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has a holiday movie out called Red One. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've heard about it, how they've lost $240 million or something.
A lot of money. Hey, you know a movie's not doing well when it's still in the theaters and you can watch it for free at home on Prime Video.
I did see that. That's literally the one. I literally just, because I went on Prime to watch the new Secret Level series.
That's good.
Video
That's
game
good.
series. If you haven't watched it, it's pretty good. I just wish the episodes were longer. But yeah, I saw. I'm like, why is Red One already on streaming?
It's still in the theaters.
That's where I love the movie theaters, right? I am a movie theater connoisseur, man.
Big screen, baby.
I'm also an actor, you know, so I love the movie theater and TV industry. So to see the movie theaters doing that strategy of releasing it at the same time, I'm like, no. Take the L. Wait till you have to release it on DVD or something like that.
Well, here we go. Speaking about releasing, we're about to release our racers into another qualifier.
Peach's Garden!
About to get crazy. Let's check on in.
This is Peach's Garden, an amazing remake from the original on the DS. It is actually a little bit of a change up because they actually kept this track secret throughout the DLC release, and they didn't want to show off what they changed in the third lap, which is just an entirely new lap, which is so cool in my opinion. I think that's really neat. But right now we do have Little Wing on the screen doing a great job keeping on the track, and they really just got to aim for those item boxes. The game's keeping them on track, but Taco Cat now here in third place, getting hit back to fourth.
All the way back to fourth, but not too far. Holding on to that banana for dear life right now. Oh my gosh, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight as they make it into third place. We do have a green shell sitting right behind them, but they have that banana as a defensive posture, so it's not going to affect them as we check in on our Mortal sitting pretty in fifth place, Kurt.
Yeah, fifth place run. Uses that shortcut, works your way up to third. Gotta have a mushroom in hand, so they might be able to utilize it, but they won't. Hits the wall and gets boomerang. That's not a wombo combo that you want to be a part of.
No, that was a rut-row moment right there. That did not work out the way they wanted it to. But here we are checking in on the second player. We're going to go with Zahn right now.
Beautiful move so far.
Great move. About to make it into first, and boom, they took it over.
And that's just not even with the item. That is clearly just mini turbos and being able to manipulate those mini turbos to give them the speed they need to get around first place. Really great work there. And now we got, guess what, Ankles with a brand new name, but always looking fresh with that Naruto and Sasuke hoodie. Always got to shout it out.
I'm not against Donut McPastry as a name, by the way, as they get away from that green shell, but will that green shell come back on?
Dodges the blue shell with the mushroom.
Can you dodge a wrench? Indeed, you can dodge a blue shell. That is for sure. I'll call it purple, though.
That is, you know, the wrong choice there, but we're finding the right choice. That is going to be grabbing that double item box after the shock, not being able to utilize that shock in the right spot. So we're just going to have first place running away with it for the time being. Never mind. Someone's got the shroom. No, they don't even have a shroom. They tried to take the no item shortcut, but they're not going to be fast enough. And this is going to be Zahn at 24, grabbing a first place finish.
Getting it done. And Donut McPastry, a.k.a. Ankles, coming in second place. And in third place, we've got Zago. Whew.
Woo!
It is getting hot in her.
Hot in here as well. It's not going to be an easy battle in this qualifier, to say the least. I didn't even expect some of these underdogs that we've been seeing tonight.
Where did Zahn come from?
I don't even know. We need details.
Zahn, I need to know where you're from and why you are here, because you are doing the dirty work right now. The nitty grit, getting it done, showing the rest of the competitors, hey, you don't have to be ranked to be able to make a difference here and to be able to show the rest of this competition, hey, you're not just on top because I haven't been here before.
Yeah, it's actually kind of impressive.
It is impressive.
Watching those counter hops, watching the manipulation of those mini turbos, staying on track, having those fast lines is just an accumulation of all the things you want to do right in Mario Kart, and being able to outline someone, as you just saw there, some of these top tier competitors just through mini turbos is such an impressive feat.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And as we get...
Oh, Zahn is Pete's twin.
Oh, my gosh.
That was the twins.
Those
How
are the
did you
twins.
not know?
Because I didn't ask. Those are the twins. All right. Hey, guys. I'm old, forgetful, and ornery.
Same.
Yeah,
well,
don't mind me.
Not that last one, but we're going to be going to Cheese Land. A little bit of cheese on top would never hurt anyone, except if you have a heart condition.
Give me a charcuterie board right now, please.
Oh,
Did I say it right?
Who?
Charcuterie board. I think I said it right.
Charcuterie. What?
Immortal's in 5th place right now as you try to figure out how to say that.
Did you use the restroom?
I am
Charcuterie?
I am sailing the seas of cheese right now with Primus 2nd place Immortal looking good with that shroom in hand. Little Wing holding on to that shroom as well, but currently in 10th place.
That's what I love about this game. No matter who you are, what age you are, you can come out here and compete with us.
Yes.
It is amazing, and boom, it's just really cool to see as well. They're driving really well, and they're really competing, and it's always great to see no matter what age you are, parent, young, otherwise, you're never too young or old to learn from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Well, chances are you learn video games by watching your parents play video games. I learned it by watching you, Dad. I learned it by watching you. Hey, that's how I got involved.
I learned it from my brother, honestly. He was the one that was always playing, and I stood on by him like, what are you playing? And that's how I learned how to play these video games. So I got to shout out to him before introducing me into this world.
Coffee Nut currently in 7th place. Needs a little bit of a pick-me-up to get them a little bit forward, but they've got that pick-me-up in the form of 3 mushrooms.
3 mushrooms is all you really need to catch back up to the front of the pack. Nameless, unfortunately, using that mushroom a little bit too soon for that shortcut. If they held on to it for a little bit longer, they'd be in a good spot.
Nice.
Ankles has the triple bananas, and that's what we talked about before with Emery's gameplay. It's never a bad thing to just tap that break button so you don't run into the person's items in front of you.
Yeah, just like Adam Sandler said in Happy Gilmore, give it just a little tappy, tap, tap, tap.
Great reference.
Thank you.
My God. We got Ankles going to be able to duke it out for first place. Miss. It doesn't miss. It lands. Ankles going to be able to take over first place. That red shell comes right around, hits that 2nd place competitor, and it's going to be a free run and 15 points in the bank.
In the bank as Zavgo comes in 2nd place and rounding out our top 3rd. Immortal showing that they are indeed not gonna die today.
Not gonna die today. I actually was racing with Immortal on stream as well last night. I don't mean to brag, but I did take a few games off of Immortal, and I haven't played in a little while. So,
Look at you. Look at you.
You know, don't mean to brag or nothing. Immortal, come on, man. What have you been doing these past few finals?
Well,
come on, man.
It's gonna make it that much better when I destroy you over the holidays in our 1v1 matchup for my mustache.
Yeah. I need to grow out my mustache.
You can't grow out your mustache.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
You missed Pidgey Beard Arc. You missed it. You weren't here for it.
Have you guys ever? No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Look
it up. Look it up. I had a full-fledged beard for like 6 months, man. I was doing a shoot. I was doing a film. I had a full-fledged beard. You would actually be like, man, there's some hair on the beard. You would be impressed. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Hey, maybe after I shave off my mustache, we'll have a beard growing contest.
It's not going to be natural. I don't think I'd be able to look at the camera right now. I'd have to like look over here and talk.
You're not even going to know who I am when I shave this
No,
bad boy
you're going to
off.
walk in and I'm like, oh God, who is this?
Who's that dude?
Who fired Logan?
Wow, you're good looking. What happened?
Don't know if those words would come out.
Well, I'm just saying.
We're going to Bangkok Rush for the next track of this qualifier, and this was actually a lot of fun. We don't see this one often at all, and we say that a lot because these competitive Mario Kart racers like their certain tracks, and they like going to those certain tracks and don't really deviate from those tracks.
This is a beautiful track.
It is just the sunset. Oh my God, the water. I love how the water looks in this game.
I want to hold hands and walk on a beach right now.
So true, so true. It's just so pretty.
Yeah, look
it's
at
so
it.
pretty.
What's not to like about this?
And now we're going to see in that red shell land. Double item box intake by Zahn, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
Pete, Sin, twin brothers here on the screen, going over to Zopko now. Haven't seen a lot of Zopko from this tournament just yet, but you know what? They are always the underdog of these tournaments, and I really want to see them really dominate one of these grand finals.
And just so you know, the Twins are in town from Long Beach. They came here specifically to play in this tournament.
Really?
Yes, they came here specifically to play in this tournament.
That's so awesome.
And we are darn glad to have them.
Absolutely. Those are the stories that I love the most.
Yeah.
We have had so many amazing Mario Kart players going out to angles, stopping before the glider section, so they get back up to top speed. They could have even gotten a little bit closer to that glider, but that is also a high IQ Mario Kart skill there. If you're in first, you see glider section come up, break for the blue shell, so that you don't have to work your way up that speed. But we're currently seeing Taco Cat here in 6th place, has the mushrooms, going to be able to pop one into the double item box, and now has a star in hand, goes around these corners and trying to work their way up, because 5th place to first on this track is a little bit of a crawl.
Yeah, now how do you feel about using mushrooms while you have a star? I noticed Taco used one while they had the star still active.
It's not bad, but you really want to use, like, especially in these corners, when you're drifting, using a mushroom, because when you drift, you slow down a lot. So if you're able to use a mushroom while drifting, you'll be able to get around these corners a little bit faster and get back to driving in a straight line, which is where you go the fastest you can. Zon gonna be able to back a bomb and tries to wall dodge the red shell, but won't be able to do it. Gets overtaken by the last second by Ankle. Zon in second and Immortal in third.
Yeah, you know what, Zon, just, you know what, that 30% luck ended up being 30% bad luck there towards the end. This game will come and bite you in the behind if you give it the opportunity to, especially when you're that close to the finish line. Whenever you can see the finish line is when I start to get anxious. When I'm playing this game and I'm like, oh, dude, I got this. That's when all heck breaks loose.
Absolutely. It just... Like I said, 30% luck is part of this game. You're going to have a front run, you're going to be in first, and there's going to be a blue shell. If you're playing Mario Kart and you're saying, I don't want blue shells in the game, then what are you doing? Like,
I mean,
it's just part of the domain. Like, if they introduce the next Mario Kart without blue shells, purple shells, whatever you want to call them, Logan.
They're very purple. But here's the thing, though. You can cry, but it won't change anything, okay?
Wow.
Look, each and every single time those shells come out, you need to get away or you need to know how to counteract that. There are a couple counters. Let's talk about them real quickly. First of all,
Air horn.
Air horn. Boom.
Air horn, number one. That's an item you can grab from the item box, especially if you're in first place, because most of the time there's a 90%, probably like a 95% chance of you grabbing a coin in first. And then there's second slot will be an item if you go through the double item box. But most times in that first slot, you'll grab a coin. But there is a potential that you're able to grab an air horn. And then the second thing is a mushroom. And if you see the blue shell tip its nose down and you use the mushroom, you'll be able to dodge a blue shell. And that's one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. Wait in second with the mushroom, wait for the blue, take over first, and dodge it with the mushroom.
And here we find ourselves in the desert, and this is the most Luxor map that we will get all day long. It's not a competitor's favorite map. I do enjoy the aesthetics of it. I find it pleasing to the eye, but a lot of players don't find it all that much fun to play.
Not at all. It's probably the least like bagging track in the game. If you don't know what bagging is, you're able to stop at the beginning of the track or at some of these item boxes, grab powerful items, get up to 10 coins, and then work your way back, because there is so much off-road on this track that you're able to use these power items to catch up easier than it is to just front run the track.
And as we keep talking about these coins, if you're trying to keep up with your favorite competitors and find out if they do indeed have the 10 coins, as Zon does just collect their 10 coins, you can look in the lower left-hand corner of the screen and you'll be able to see how many coins right next to how the laps are going. Right now we're in the second lap of 3.
Yeah, and it's never a bad thing to keep track of those points and work your way up that point counter, especially if you're in these bottom spots, bottom 6, top 6th, 5th, 4th. If you're able to coin run as best as you can, you will put yourself in a better spot, because someone with 10 coins is going 45 miles per hour, and if you have 0 coins, you're going 40 miles per hour. It is a huge difference. If you actually go side by side, you can see how big of a difference it actually is when you get last lap of Drive Dragon.
And Nick just bagged for a hot second, just literally standing in the item box area and just picking up as many items as they possibly could as we're checking on Zabko, who lets the red shell fly. And they got to get out of the way of that blue shell or they're going to die.
And it's going to be Immortal getting hit by that blue shell, which is going to allow them to take over first place. I told you, you got some mushrooms, you take that shortcut, and you'll grab a first place just like Zabko did. Immortal is in third place, and Zon in second.
Look at Zon getting it done all the way from Long Beach, making sure that their presence is felt here at the HyperX Arena, and you love to see it.
If there's anyone that travels out here to compete here, and they're showing up to do it, more respect to you, especially against some of the most talented competitors I've ever seen in my life. You are doing work right now.
Yeah, how long did it take you? How many competitions did it take you to get a win here? Again? No, I just like bringing this up. How many was it again? I'll wait.
You know, I'd say it took me around 60 to 70 of these bad boys.
Closer to 80, kids.
Wait, actually, you're probably right.
It is closer to 80.
Because I remember 81 is being the moment where there was a huge movement I lost my first ever turn. Like, I was about to win it all. I beat Bobby, I beat everyone. I was about to win it all. And then Bobby's in a ghost on Baby Park and takes first place, which cost me the entire I didn't even get to see myself lose because I didn't even realize it happened. Because everyone thought I won it, and no, Bobby's there with the ghost and took it all away from me.
And that's why we can't have nice things, Bobby.
It is. It started the Justice for Pidgey movement, which lasted for a minute. So you're probably not even wrong. There was actually 90 of these bad boys to get a victory.
See how we started at 60?
Well, 80.
All right, because you went up to 90. I was like, that's 80. A 30 difference there.
80 of these bad boys. Because I was here like around, I started coming with around like Speedway 30 something, I think. It was a minute because I first came here to the arena with a friend for their birthday. He wanted to partake in this tournament, and like you said, hey, I think I can go win, and I'm like, okay. And yeah, we came down here, we participated, we got our butts kicked, and we said, all right, well, we're never doing that again. And then I wanted to come down again and be like, all right, what's all the hubbub about? And I started to just fall in love with the community, the event, and everything else that surrounds this. Amazing.
And speaking of community, I just want to take a quick moment to mention the Las Vegas Police Department lost a great officer, and a few of us lost a great friend the other day in Officer Colton Pulsifer. We called him Two Cops. He's up on the screen right there. Unfortunately, he has left a family with 3 children. It's the holidays. Look, if you can find it in your hearts and have a little bit of extra change, please give to his family so that they can do the best that they can with what they have right now. We all go through our trials and tribulations, and speaking of community, the Las Vegas community is a great community, and I'm glad to be part of it, and so was Colton. And I just wanted to give him a moment. Thank you.
That was very, very sweet, Logan, and it's really brutal. Lives taken too soon. And if you want to, like Logan said, scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now. We'll move this for the wrong one. There we go. We'll move this for the time being. If you want to, scan the QR code on the screen. Support the family. Support the GoFundMe. They have really gone through it recently, and I know multiple people as well that have been a part of wrong way driving accidents, and it's not something that's very fun to deal with.
And we want to give a big up to the Las Vegas Knights, the hockey team here. They donated $100,000 to his family right before we took the airwaves here today. So thank you to the great organizations in Vegas that understand what the Vegas community is all about. We do not leave anybody behind, and I do appreciate that about Vegas. We are a sports town, we are a gambling town, but we are a town of people who care about the person next to us. And if we can just work on being a little bit nicer to the person next to us on a daily basis, this world will be a better place. I'll get off my soapbox now. Let's get back to some great racing. And I just want to say thank you to Colton and his family for being a great part of my life while Colton was available.
Thank you for that, Logan. That's amazing. But we do have someone special who's been a part of the community for eons right now.
Awesome.
We have Oliver and Jadex on the stage. Hey, take it away. What's going on? Aww. Aw, that was
great,
sweet.
Jadex. Thank you so
Jadex.
much, man. I appreciate that.
That is very, very sweet.
That means a lot, man. Thank you.
That is very, very respectful. Honestly, it's just really brutal. And we talk about gaming and how it brings us all together.
Yeah.
He used to do GTA 5 roleplay.
GTA 5 roleplay as a police officer in the game. If you've ever been to 2Cop stream, you know how ingratiating he was and how he built a community outside of just Vegas, but in gaming and on Twitch and whatnot. And you know what? You should concentrate on building your own communities so that you can spread some love and joy to the people around you. And Gary Vee says this all the time. If you say, I don't have enough people watching me to have a community, if you have one person who listens to you, that's the start of your own community. So cultivate that and don't take it for granted.
Do not take it for granted. Live every day the best you can, as we are currently seeing right now with these competitors really duking it out on this racetrack and battling it out. I mean, honestly, if there's any time to leave it all on the floor, it is right now.
Right now. Look, we got our last round standings. Let's check them out.
We got Donut McPastry, a.k.a. Ankles, on the screen in first place with 50 points. Zon in second with 48 points. Zavgo in third with 43. Immortal in fourth with 36. Nameless in fifth with 30. Taco Cat in sixth with 29. Nick in seventh with 25, who was actually, Nick Lidberry was a part of our Fortnite tournament, and they absolutely did work last night. It was so much fun to watch, and going down that line, you can see how others ended up as well. But we will be back with semifinals number 1 momentarily. We'll be back very soon.
Get excited. It's about to get turned up to 11.
Welcome back to the HyperX Arena. It is Allied Esports Saturday Night Speedway, and we're about to get down to the semifinals. It's getting real. We have turned the dial up to 11. Why? Because that is how high it goes. It is getting real in the arena tonight.
Real heated, to say the
Ooh.
least. Hot indeed as we get ready for semifinals number 1. I always like to say that it goes to 3 difficulty meters.
Yes.
It's 10 times hard in qualifiers, 100 times as difficult in semifinals, and 1,000 times more difficult in grand finals when you're all competing every single race to get more money in the grand finals. But right now you are competing to get in the money. Top 6 move forward. There is no more point totals that matter other than the placement that you get after 6 races. As we go to our first track, Bobby's favorite, Mario Kart Stadium.
All right, Mario Kart Stadium. It's a fun track. I believe all the kids will mirror my sentiment.
This is stacked.
Talk to me.
This is a stacked,
Use your words.
semifinals.
Use your words.
We got Emery, we got Bobby, we got Ankles, we got a few unnamed that I have not seen before. We got Kiro, we got Yezi, we got Mega Jakizi, and a few others that we're going to be seeing momentarily.
Well, we've got Evolution volleyball team in the house and SVA from Arizona in the house as well. Let's see how they do with our top tier competitors that are here each and every single week. Can they compete? So far, they're doing quite well.
Absolutely. You've got to just think about what can you do to catch up to the rest of the pack. You have a mushroom, wait for those shortcuts, and then use the mushroom. Right now, Kiro, seeing that competitor in front of him, getting smart bounce and taking over 4th place, uses the mushroom in the air, which is not a bad strategy because you do glide extremely slow, like you're seeing Yezi do right now. They actually turned on motion control through the glider section so that they can turn even faster, but they're still bagging a little bit throughout this next section so that they can just work their way up through using these power items and going through that off-road.
Mega Jay Keezy over there holding on to that ghost for all dear life. Gonna make it a little bit harder for the rest of their competitors as they go stealth and throw those fire bombs out like a sniper.
Bang, bang, bang. Gonna be able to land it onto a few different competitors. We got Bobby on the screen popping 1 mushroom and gonna be able to pop the 2nd one to dodge the blue shell. Beautiful move there. Goes right through the double item box, and now gonna be able to cause some havoc because they're gonna be able to back that bomb, protect themselves for the time being, and be minutes. Gonna get item screamed and slammed by a bullet bill.
And I just want to point this out. Look, Fortnite Hun 483, that is AKA Bobby Digital in the house. So if you hear us call him Bobby, Fortnite Hunt has changed his name and he finishes 1st place. It might change his name, but doesn't change the place that they finish. Coming in 1st place, Yezi in 2nd place, and rounding out our top 3,
Emery. Gonna be able to be in that podium spot. But Bobby's favorite track and Bobby's 1st place finish. So you know what? It's all coming together and working out for that 1st race. Bobby normally, you know what, doesn't struggle that often. I think there was only 1 other time where I've really seen 2 times I've seen him really struggle in semifinals where he really had just a very bad performance.
Well, you know what? You can't win them every single week out, and
but like 99% of the weeks you can.
Yeah, well, he's proven that to be the case, right? I mean, it's a battle between Emery and Bobby at this point, with everybody else chiming in and trying to be the upset maker, if you will. They're like a Snickers bar. They're just poking at you, and you got to take care of your appetite. Well, sometimes you just need a quick snack. Let's see who's going to be the victorious one. Who's going to win the Snickers award of the day? Is it going to be Bobby? Is it going to be Emery? Is it going to be one of these unnamed players that have come in from the outskirts and made their way into the arena today? Well, we'll find out. Also, we've got some of the best players that come here each and every single week. I want to see Mozilla do some work today. Let's find out what Bobby's got going on as we say, hey, Bobby, you're in 1st place.
We're going to Rosalina's Ice World for the 2nd race of semifinals number 1. And this track is honestly a pretty difficult one
Yes.
because of how simple it actually is. Not really any shortcuts. You've got one at the very end, but really this track relies on using mini turbos and getting on top of the ice in certain parts, like we're seeing right now. When you go underwater, you're going a little bit slower, so if you're able to avoid the water, you're going a little bit faster, as that green shell going to snipe the competition right around Amiibo Kong, as they are going to be able to grab those boost panels and work their way up.
And right now we're checking in on Kiro with that star holding on to it. It is so important to trick each and every single time that you can toss a trick down. It does make you go a little bit faster, and it's very important for it to utilize because it will keep you going at that speed that you need to be competitive here.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better. When it comes down to it, those mini turbos are the things that are going to give you a lead or make you lose a lead. Because if you're missing these mini turbos, you're going to find yourself in a really bad spot. But Zahn, beautiful move there. Going to be able to go right where they want to, being able to land on the ice at first and then going underneath. That's the way to do it. As unfortunately, they're going to get hit by that red shell and drop down to 10th place.
That's where that 30% bad luck comes into play as we check in on Donut McPastry, a.k.a. Ankles, sitting in 5th place. Now, correct me, I am now in 6th place as Ankles, but they are smaller than the rest of the competitors right now, and now they are big again. It's like Tom Hanks right now. I want to be big, but don't fall off the side of the map. Pete, don't fall off the side of the map. You need to stay on the map to win.
Yeah, and what's really cool about this semi is that we have Pete and Zahn in the same semifinal. So one of them will potentially go home, or both of them can move forward to grand final. So we'll see what happens. Bobby back in that fire flower, not going to be able to land on that competitor right behind him. Still in 1st place, going to opt to go wide, not going for the no item shortcut. That competitor behind him did not have a mushroom, which allows Bobby to grab another 1st place finish.
And that is a back-to-back victory by Bobby Digital, with Yezi coming in 2nd place and Kiro rounding out our top 3. Emery, by the way, coming in 5th place right there. Here's the thing, though, right now. Emery doesn't have to keep coming in 1st place until we get to the grand finals. All she has to do is sit pretty in 1 through 6 and get into the moneymaker round of the grand finals and get it done there. So Emery is still doing what she needs to do to be competitive and make their way into that final grand finale.
That's the only thing you have to do is grab top 6 and move forward. And then you go into the grand finals, which is going to be 8 races.
8.
But the thing is why you would want to grab 1st place in semifinals, that you're going to be able to ban a track if you grab 1st place. You get to ban 1 track in semifinals number 1, ban 1 track in semifinals number 2. So you get 2 track bans out of the 96 tracks in the game. And really, like I was saying before, once you get into grand finals consistently, you will see what kind of tracks that these competitors like to play, what they are enjoying at the moment, and even through semifinals, you can kind of gravitate towards what you're feeling and what these competitors like to play and ban that track.
Ban that track. We've already talked about what Bobby's favorite track is. We've already talked about what Emery's favorite track is. Hey, if you're listening, we're giving you more you know moments, competitors. Start taking some notes.
Write it down. But
take a picture, it'll last long.
We are going to one of your favorite tracks.
Yeah.
We got a Rainbow Road coming up.
Let's go.
Start on the dot, but we are seeing the Wii Rainbow Road.
Yeah,
which
this is the Man in the Moon Rainbow Road, as I like to call it.
It is, you know, it's something. It's a tough track.
It is. It's not easy as we quantify how hard it is by Kiro to ditch it out there and falling off the track very quickly as we check in on Yezi in 10th place currently.
Yezi going to be able to pop the mini turbos into the off-road no item shortcut, taking a leap of faith, working the way up to 7th place. And if you're seeing them do it yourself as well. That's one of the best shortcuts on this track. If you're stuck in the back of the pack by the 2nd to 3rd lap, you are not going to be able to catch up. This is a very strong front runner heavy track. As Amiibo Kang, unfortunately, going to get hit by that Piranha Plant. Triple green right next to Kiro. He's got to be careful, especially now, having a very vulnerable spot unless he's going to be able to bring out their own triple greens. They do, so they're going to have a little bit of time and defense on their side.
We've got to get out of the way from that bullet bill as that just screams by Kiro, still holding on to those 3 green shells for dear life. We check in on Zahn, one part of our twin duo tonight, and they are
throwing a bomb to
Kobe.
Nowheresville. Yeah, I mean, they got 3 points for that, but it did not do any damage to the competitors.
No, it did not. Only the people, well, actually, they're in space, so how did that even float all the way down? The questions that will never be answered in Mario Kart.
Please don't bring space physics into Mario Kart.
I don't think that's really that crazy to think, hey, if I throw a bomb, it should, like, float up.
It should go up. And
Or, like, straight, right?
And like they told George Lucas, there's no explosions in space.
But that never stopped them installing.
I mean, come on, I want to see things blow up.
Things blowing up is fun.
Yeah.
But physics is even more fun. Am I right?
Not today. I mean, call me sometime when you have no class, Pidgey. All right?
I never had class, Logan. I never do. I'm not a classy person, unlike Ian here, who's got that beautiful hat on right now. Going to be here in third place. What Bobby's going to be at first. Takes the leap of faith. Has the air horn. We talked about it being one of the most beautiful items for that blue shell, but now they're in a very vulnerable spot. But has about, I would say, oh my God, a 7-second lead between themselves and second place.
They're going to have to work hard to lose this one.
I think 10 seconds even.
Yeah.
It's that Red Shell's going to go right past Bobby, which just allows him to drift his way into a first place finish. Let's count it. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Bobby's gonna drop down to third place right on the dot of 10 seconds. That's going to be a Yezi second place. And who got first? Ian?
Hey, Bobby, what did you learn?
I think he did that on purpose.
No, he definitely did that on purpose.
He knew.
It's not,
He knew.
It's not the grand finals. He's not scared. He came in third place. That's good enough right now. He's already got back-to-back finishes in the semifinals, so they're doing their thing right now. Bobby doesn't really sweat it all that much. He likes to play calm, cool, and collected up there, but I know that anxiety's getting to him a little bit right now.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Especially getting the feathers ruffled a little bit, especially after that finish, but right on the dot, I would say about a 9-second lead to be to be safe.
We
but
were counting a little fast.
Yeah,
right?
we were counting a little bit fast. So I would say he had an 8 to 9 second lead between himself, and that's the man, the moment, the myth. 8 to 9 second lead between himself and second place is crazy, and we didn't even really start counting. We actually counted late.
Yeah, actually,
think about it, because we didn't start counting until we slowed down before the finish line. So wow. What an absolute performance, to say the least. But Donut Blades 3 is coming up next. One of my most hated tracks. It used to be before I time trial. That's why you got a time trial, so you don't hate the tracks that you're bad at.
Well, like I always say, if you don't like a track, chances are you're bad at it. Start practicing.
That is the actual... You're just adapting to the Mario Kart community, aren't you?
I am.
They're influencing you in a very bad way, Logan. Come on. You know what? A track can be bad. You have Donkey Kong Summit, and it can just be a poorly made track. What can I say?
Well, until they send me my residual check from Donkey Kong Summit, I'm still going to plead that track is not the worst track. However, I love it when the contestants pick it because you hate it. And by the way, the one thing about this track is it gets slippery in those muddy sections. And you just don't see it coming. And then when it hits you, you go, hold on a second. You mean we're not on equal ground right now? No, you are not.
I thought they were going to hit themselves with their own red shell. That was so close. We have never had that actually happen in Speedway history. That would have been a first.
Oh, and we do like firsts around here. As we check out Kira, who is not in first, but currently in 9th place, making their way into 8th. Holding on to that golden mushroom. You can spam that. Don't spam your regular shirt, but the golden mushroom, feel free to.
Yeah, now we're going to be able to see this no item shortcut won by Kira. Gonna get one of the worst items in the game, in my opinion.
I agree.
The little octopus inkling there, but Kira's going to get slammed into by a star. Has a lot of ground to make up, and it looks like they're not going to have enough time to do it until we're going to be able to see Emery in first place. You blink, and it's already over. Donut Plans free. Front runner track of the century. Yezi in second, Major Jakizi in third.
Yeah, I think Emery was just getting sad that she wasn't in first place. She's like, hold on a second, let me make sure, hold my crown for a second. I got this, yo.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. Boom. Done. Getting it in. And that is numero uno in your playbooks, in your hearts. It depends on who you view. Hey, HyperX Arena, who's gonna win tonight?
No fan favorites.
No fan favorites.
No fan favorites.
No fan favorites.
But right now, we do have some fan favorites in the chat. Twitch.tv/Allied Esports. I want to shout out some of the competitors, or some of the people in the chat right now. We do have B Minutes here. We got Stark OC. Great to see you. Channel 3 Dan. Ariel Postal. Taco Cat. Channel 3 GG. Trash Dog. Jedi Johan. And then we also have a lot of Ian supporters right now. Ray C3. Ariel Postal. Both rooting for Ian right now.
Let's go, Ian.
And ML Gaming and Topaz Turnip all welcome into Speedway and welcome back as well.
Topaz Turnip, I love the alliteratory effect of that. That's fun to say.
Nice. Topaz
Turnip.
Say it 10 times fast.
No, I'm trying to quit. Hey, why don't you eat a XXX hot wing and try to say it 10 times fast?
That would be very fun.
Dare ya.
That would be a fun challenge. You know what? But the more challenging thing to do is staying on the track here on Neo Bowser's City.
Love this track.
It is so gorgeous.
Love this track.
It gives me kind of Dragon Ball vibes as well.
Yes, this is one of my favorite tracks to actually play, though.
It is.
I enjoy racing this match.
It is so satisfying to have some really nice drift. The S turn that you're going to be seeing momentarily is an absolute pain.
It's an S-tier S turn, if you will.
Oh! You got me there. You can't argue with that logic.
We're checking in on Zon, one half of our twin turbos playing today. They're currently in third place with 3 green shells to their name. They're holding on to them for defensive purposes right now. They do have a follow-up of a mushroom. We'll see how that comes to play. We're checking on Kiro, popping that star and looking like a star right now.
That's the thing that'll give you that invulnerability, which will allow you to get around the competition or work their way up to 7th place. Bobby here all the way down 8th, but gonna have that crazy 8, but making some crazy plays as we see both competitors getting spark bounce, and then Bobby doesn't realize there was a red shell that other competitor had, and they're able to get hit by that red.
And that's why you gotta hold on to it. You don't just spam out your item because you're not sure how to use it or when to use it. Hold on to it. It will become apparent for you as Mega J Keezy falls into 2nd place right now.
Let's see if they will be able to snipe out the competition. Bounces off the wall. That was a dangerous play. They could have smart bounced themselves.
That was close.
Fortunately enough, they're not going to get hit. But the only thing that's really bad about this situation is being vulnerable, but goes through the double item box. Rolls for some more items. Will they be able to snipe out the competition? Backs the bomb onto ankles, and that'll drop him down to 3rd. And now Mega J Keezy is going to have about a 2 to 3 second lead and drops off the track after getting hit by the blue shell. Drop into 7th place. We've got Zon in 1st. Got the green shell for defense. They're going to get passed up by Emery and Smart Bounce themselves.
Emery continuing on for 1st place, getting it done again. Oh my gosh.
Where did Zon go?
Zon went all the way back to Long Beach right now. He's back in Cali right now. Emery left him in the dust. Oh, but you know what?
You know what? Hats off to
they're doing
Zon.
so great right now.
Hats off to Zon also for doing the right choice technically, going for the snipe onto Emery, who passed them up at the very last second. But you also have to think about, and that's just the nerves. You're talking about traveling so far away, coming here under the lights and realizing you really got to just survive right now.
You do sometimes, right?
It is a battle, to say the least, and you really are aiming only for top 6. So 2nd place wouldn't have been that bad. 12 points is 12 points, and you lost those 12 points because, like we said at the very beginning of the show, defense is so important.
Look, they talk about it all the time in football. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, and we are getting into the latter championship rounds of our tournament tonight. So these are the times where you need to say, hey, I got this. And guess where we're going back, my friend?
Sky High Sunday. Or should we say...
Emery's track.
Yes, it is. I'm really excited about this one to see if Emery's going to be able to pull off the 1st place finish, and where Zon and Pete going to end up as well. They've been struggling a little bit, and this is the final race. So if you're going to make your name known, now is the time to do it on the sweetest track of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
It's so sweet that Katy Perry would, or no, I'm sorry, that's a Gwen Stefani reference I was trying to make. Sweet, sweet. Anyways, and here we go. There's another Gwen Stefani song, B-A-N-N-A-N.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S. It's bananas. key. Row, as we got the 6th place run right now. Got the banana.
No, Kiro!
Oh, they landed, but they're going to get fire flowered. Almost falls off the track 3 times.
That is luck personified right
30% luck is already going to be used there. And
Are
taking the
you
Hail
kidding
Mary
me?
hop.
Are you
Pete,
kidding me, Pete?
very beautiful no item shortcut to take over 4th place.
Great job, Pete. Look, I didn't even see that happening. You have to squint to see that one.
You really did, and you really got to practice time trials to practice those high-level things, and that's going to make it or break it in terms of some of these races. And a lot of these really simpler tracks will have moments like that where you got to be able to practice and utilize it to the best of your ability. But right now, Yezi in 5th and gets trailed out by Triple Reds. Uses the mushroom to get back on the track and falls off the track with the usage of the mushrooms.
It's time to, yeah, I was going to say, pop that Bullet Bill and let Bullet Bill do its job. As we're checking on Ian, a big fan favorite right now, currently in 8th place.
Ian, a really huge fan love going out to them in the Twitch chat. But right now we do have Emery getting almost a frame perfect shot dodge with some triple reds delivered personally by the Boo. And they are going to be able to take over 1st place quite easily, as there is a blue shell on the way to take out that red Yoshi, which Emery gonna lose the red shell and potentially get hit. No, back to the red, gets hit by a bomb! And there's gonna be a red shell hitting 1st place. Bobby dropping all the way down to 3rd place. And Fireflower going to land, dropping them down to 5th. Mega J Keezy in 1st place.
Boom goes the dynamite, and all heck breaks loose as Yezi comes in 2nd place and rounding out our top 3. We've got Donut McPastry, aka Ankles, right there.
Oh my God. What an ending. What a plot twist on plot twist on plot twist on plot twist.
I'm pretty sure M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong was directing that last race. That's a solid joke.
You talked about watching Dateline NBC. There's more plot twists here than into those shows. You couldn't even expect what would happen next and who was going to murder who next.
Yeah, I did not see that coming. That came out of left field and struck me real hard in the face.
Ooh, good one.
I just love how exciting this is. Look, as much as we talk about the regular competitors that come here and our top players a lot, obviously, we got to give them their due because they are that good. But we've got people that are off the reservation, so to speak, coming on into Vegas and getting involved for their first time here at the HyperX Arena, and they're making a difference in the competition today, and that's what we love to see. And if you think you could make a difference in the competition, you owe it to yourself to get down here, get under the lights and in front of your friends, and for the rest of the world to see online that you have what it takes.
That's the only thing you can do is come down, play some Mario Kart, assert your dominance in your friend group, and show them up on the biggest stage in Las Vegas. Doesn't get better than that.
And if you're going to be taking part in our Winter Series events, you can win one of these lovely trophies right here. Check this out. How dope is this going to look on your mantelpiece? And you know what? When your in-laws come by and they're like, hey, you still playing video games on the weekends? And you go, look at my trophy. What up?
That's the way to do it. If you didn't know, it starts on the 27th of this month, December 27th, Warzone Duos. But we will get back to that. Semifinals number 2, if you hear your name, get up to the stage. You already know how this works. We got Jaguars, Jadex, Zol, Zavgo, Aeropostale, Knight, Immortal, Morzilla, Mr. Scooty, Sloppy Gunner, Taco Cat, and Redneck Jesus. A little bit calmer of a semifinals as you see the rankings right now, so this won't be as intense as that first one was.
Yo, right now, I've got to say, our top 3 right there have been battling it out. Jackie Juarez, Jadex, and Zul have been doing their due diligence right now. But it's up to Knight, Zavgo, Aerial Postal, and Mr. Scooty and the rest of the people in the second semifinals to make their way, and you know what, really cause a little bit of annoyance on the rest of them.
Absolutely.
I mean, get in there and break it up a little bit. Be a hindrance upon some of these other competitors that are winning. Look,
you can ruin some days if you do it right.
You can, easily. Like I said, when you come down here, you'll be able to look over, throw a red shell, and watch their reaction, and it's the best thing ever. It was one of the things that made LAN so much fun, right?
Yeah,
that was
right?
that was no screen peeking kind of vibes, and it's always a great time when you come down here being able to compete with your friends, with your family members on the biggest stage in Las Vegas, in my opinion, in terms of esports. It is just, there's no other place like it, man. And like we were talking about, we got the Winter Series coming up. Win one of these trophies from one of these events. The first one, Warzone Duos. We already talked about it. We're going to have the second best Warzone player in the house for that tournament. So come out here and compete. We've got Counter-Strike 2 Wingman, compete with a friend 2v2 style. We've got Black Ops 6 Gunfight, which is going to be on the 29th. Knockdown warm-up on the 30th. Frags Reload Duos. So if you like reload game mode, come out here for that.
I casted the last one. I do love me some reload.
You might be coming back for that one, because that is a whole doozy, to say the least, as we do now. Also got then Speedway Duos, so you'll be able to play Mario Kart and team up with a friend.
Hey, what's better than playing video games? Playing video games with a friend.
That's even better. And it's when it's Mario Kart, you can rely on a friend to carry you, like we're seeing Zon do with Pete. Sorry. Gotta throw some fire on the flame. But we are going to also then go to Till the Whistle with sports. So we're gonna have some sports tournaments on the 5th of January, and then the main events where you're also gonna be able to win some trophies. We've got Fortnite on the 10th, Speedway on the 11th, and Knockdown on the 12th. Back to back to back tournaments, which you'll be able to win some of these trophies. You'll also be able to win the trophies on Warzone Duos, Counter-Strike 2, and Black Ops 6. So
and of course, there are prize pools as well. You're gonna win a little bit of that Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti. Yeah, it's gonna happen. Yeah, I saw that.
A little bit slow on the reflexes today, but
you were good at T-ball, but Little League, not so much?
Not at all. I was not a baseball player. I was a basketball player. It was a little bit less eye-hand coordination for that one, in my opinion.
And then he stopped growing.
You got me there, Logan. You got me there. You know what?
It's hard being the tall, dark, handsome, and modest version of our co-casting group over here. But somehow I managed to pull it off each and every single week.
Where's the lightning at? Where's the lightning strike at?
I don't know.
You better be safe, Logan. Walking outdoors.
It's in the game.
You're about to zap. You're about to get zapped. That's all I'm saying.
It's like EA, baby. In the game.
Don't walk into somewhere somehow on Sunday, because you might be smited down by lying so much. You know what they say. But we are getting ready.
Are you telling me my pants are on fire?
A little bit.
Because I'm a liar? All right, fine.
A little bit. Yeah, we'll be getting into semifinals number 2 momentarily. These competitors are picking out their cards, trying to figure out what they want to do. But if you didn't know, Teddy Buddy, Yoshi, and rollers are not the best things also that you can do in the game right now. You also have a couple other options. You've got the Mr. Scooty bike if you want to use something that's a little bit slower, but you get more mini turbos. And then you can go over to maybe the ink splatter if you want more speed, but the roller tires are still there. I mean, Yoshi, it can be interchanged to an extent, but it's entirely different in terms of mini turbos, super mini turbos, and the stats that you have. So it's going to be quite interesting.
Well, it's always interesting. That is for darn sure here. We are never at a loss for excitement on Saturday Night Speedway here at the HyperX Arena. We see our competitors getting loosey-goosey and figuring out where their assigned seating is. Oliver's looking at people going, yo, man, just sit down, bro.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Get connected.
Yeah, it's like Chris Hansen. Just sit down.
Whoa, I didn't even look at Ariel Apostle's fit right now.
All right.
I need that shirt.
Is that a shirt, or are those tops of pajamas?
I don't see any buttons.
Those are dope, don't get me wrong, but I'm just wondering, are we sleeping in those, or are we going out in those?
I was trying to see if Mario's fist was like a button, but it doesn't look like it. And then we got Knight on the screen right now. The one, the only USMK, a representative you didn't know.
Yes.
Already start thinking about going out to MomoCon, guys. That's in Atlanta. That's going to be an amazing tournament.
The ATL, if you will.
ATL.
You got invited, but I didn't.
Yeah.
It happens.
You know, I've been around a little bit longer than you
have.
Logan,
You have.
I've won a few of these tournaments.
There's Marzilla on the screen. Mario Kart Television. Get me on that bad boy right there. I like that jersey. What's up, Mr. Scooty? Looking good. Keeping it real.
Oh, that's a dope hat. That's
that like
dope.
Dr. Mario with the fit.
It looks more like Sherlock Holmes Mario from where I was standing, right?
So true,
Look at Oliver giving us the stink eye.
Oh my God, Oliver's competing?
That's Oliver right there. And I want to take this moment to thank all of our production team over here. Right now, tonight, our director is Randall. Want to give him a shout out. Oliver, a shout out. Everybody in the back. Look, we talk about this each and every single week. For the two of us that are on camera, there's tons of people behind the camera as we check in on Taco Cat, giving us some season's greetings right there.
Greetings. What are we looking at these days, Logan?
And his shirt says the future is meow. And you like that, because if you ever check out Pidgey's Instagram, it's mostly cats.
I love them. They're so cute. I don't have one.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm excited for Sonic 3 Beyond Belief. I am hyped about that movie.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know. Did you like the TV show?
I
Knuckles?
really didn't watch the TV.
All right.
show.
So then how hyped could you be for the movies if you haven't been watching the TV shows?
Oh, you mean Knuckles, the TV show? Yeah, I heard
Yes.
it wasn't too good.
No, because it wasn't.
I heard. That's
It
why
wasn't.
I didn't watch it. I was like, why'd you make the Knuckles show about something else that's completely irrelevant? Don't know why. Don't know why. But Zol's on the screen right now.
Zol's Jadex popped his head in there. And by the way, nice Zelda shirt. That's
Very nice.
That's very nice right over there.
Zobgo going to get the controller connected. We're waiting for them for a little bit, but it's fine. You know what? Some people gotta use the restroom.
Yes.
You gotta respect their time. You gotta do it when you gotta do it.
And look at our man Jackie Juarez over there wetting out our camera right now.
Just blinding sunbright.
He's ready to go to Miami. He's got a white party to attend right after this. He'll be hitting his private jet and making their way down to Miami in just a little bit. You'll find them on Ocean Avenue later.
Hey, you know what? Wherever you want to go, whenever you want, and it's any better weather than it is right now here in Las Vegas.
I
It's
love the
chilly
weather
Billy.
here. It's nice.
Chilly Billy?
I'm from the Northeast. My family's from Buffalo. Chilly? Nah, this is nice. This is called hoodie weather, bro. This is hoodie weather. This is the best time of year.
It's a time of year. It's a time of year.
Happy holidays to you and
Oh,
yours,
thank
by
you,
the way, buddy.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too. Hopefully you don't get snowed in and only snowed in.
There is no snow here. Okay, it rains.
It can only on your house in your location. That's what I'm
It rains
hoping
once
for.
every 3 months. Forget about snow. They have more snow in Atlanta than they do here.
No, that is true. You know what? But the great thing about Las Vegas is that we've got a mountain called Lee Canyon that gets
We
a lot of snow. So you can just go up there, go snowboarding, and then come back down, have a picnic.
It's literally 45 minutes away, by the way. If you're in Vegas,
Very nice.
you can go to a real resort and ski, snowboard, do whatever you like on the snow. Less than 45 minutes away. Come on. What's
Lee
better than
Canyon,
that?
look it up. It's a very fun time.
It
Just
is.
like these competitors go down Mount Wario, you can go down Mount Lee Canyon and do some snowboarding if you want to while you're here. They do have a very nice fake snow because we really haven't had a very bad wintry season yet. But one wintry season a couple winters ago was, oh my goodness, that was a lot of rain and a lot of snow.
I did get a little bit of hail on my walk the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it
Wow.
was, but it immediately dissipates. So it doesn't matter.
Right when it hit Logan's forehead.
Yeah, well, I looked at it and I went, am I losing my mind?
Potentially.
Well, I mean, that goes without saying, but there was actual hail as well. They're very, very small. Very, very small.
Paris Promenade or Paris Promenade.
Paris!
Whichever one you want to call it. We are going there for our first race of the semifinals. We're finally getting suited up and ready to go.
Break out a glass of a Kool-Aid and get involved because here we are. It's race number 1 to semifinals number 2.
Yeah, this is one of Ariel Paco's favorite tracks in the game.
Yes.
They've been the most consistent on this track as well. I can actually remember and specifically say that they do have very good lines and really great driving skills on this track.
This is one of my favorite tracks because it's gorgeous. It's just,
It is.
I mean, look at this here in downtown Paris.
It really, it's the thing that I always think about when it comes to like Paris bounce, I always think about Modern Warfare 3, one of the most famous bounce on that game.
Oh my God!
That's really what opened my eyes to it. Is you currently see this not who's in. This is Aerial Postal on the screen, going to be here in second place. Uses that mushroom through the shortcut, grabs the red shell, sees the green shell behind him, so he's going to use that red for defense and wait for their time to strike.
Yeah, we're checking in on 7th place right now with 3 mushrooms to go. They're going to take the high route. I would pop one in the air, but no! And they get stopped at the checkout line.
Yeah, throw it up in the air just like you don't care. If you can. If not, then you're going to be in a bad spot. But Red Deck is going to be able to avoid that Fireflyer. More Fireflyer coming out. You've got Takasai here in 8th place. Uses that mushroom to get around the top. There's Sean. They get smart balanced by a green shell.
You know what? It's so smart that it was able to take him out as we check it on Taco Cat currently in 9th place. Here we are with J-Dex in 3rd place with 3 green shrimp, shells. Throws one, it does not find its mark, and it almost came back to bite him in the behind.
You could actually hear my heart drop, and I gasped. I was like, oh no. That would have been the worst case situation, especially at a track like this, where there really aren't that many shortcuts. But Zabdo right now in 1st place, going to have to just keep running it because they don't realize Blue Shell on the way, and they do have a little bit of a lead, but that lead's going to be gone now. Tries to back the red, but gets caught in the Blue Shell explosion. Red Shell on the way, gonna land, bringing him all the way down to 7th place, most likely. Avoids the green at the very end, counter hops around it, which allows them to keep that 6th place finish. Aerial in 1st, J-Dex in 2nd, and that track actually favors inward bikes. And if you didn't know, there's 2 different kinds of drifting. Well, technically 3 if you want to think about it. You have a regular bike, an inward drifting bike like the Yoshi bike, and a Teddy Buddy, which is a kart drifting mechanic. So they all kind of operate a different way, but with an inward loadout, you are kind of drifting even closer to the corners so you can hit these lines a little bit better.
See, there you go. That is a more you know moment from Pidgey to you.
There you go. You're welcome. You got to find what works for you because there was a huge debate online when the Yoshi, like recently, that the Yoshi bike is just not usable enough, and people did not agree with it whatsoever. They were like, oh, I don't believe that, but it was a huge debate recently. But we're currently seeing it put on display right now with J-Dex and Aerial Postal grabbing those top 2 on Perry Promenade as we do now go to Mushroom Gorge.
All right, let's gorge ourselves on mushrooms and have some fun. We are in the middle of our 2nd semifinal. Look, these competitors got to turn it up. It's now or never to get into the grand finals. And when you're in the grand finals, you are in the money.
It's time to turn it up. It's time to turn it up.
And we check it out, Morzilla, while you're doing a little dance. Make a little love get down tonight. Morzilla currently in 12th place. I want to see them make it to the grand finals this week. It's this week now or never for my friend.
You got the flag on. You got the Mario Kart TV flag. You got to be able to use the power that you get from those outfits and perform. That's all I'm saying.
Look, it is so important in this particular map, each and every single time that you bump and grind, that you are tricking off of those mushrooms. It will make you go faster, it will make you have more fun, and it will be a hindrance to the competition, as Aerial Postal becomes a hindrance to their competition, taking out a few people.
Yeah, and you saw 3 competitors not making the gas cut. So that's not what you want to happen.
No.
You want to be able to make that final ending shortcut. And if you didn't know, all you got to do is grab a mini turbo before you, or after you land, and then release it right after you take that little leap of faith. We're going to see Jack Duars attempt it right here. Boom, mini turbo, hop, and land it.
Hop, skip, and a jump.
That's all you got to do. But unfortunately, there were other competitors there, and pops the mushroom right when he gets hit by that red shell, so he's going to lose a lot of speed there and a lot of spots.
Yeah, that definitely didn't work out for them as we check it on J-Dex in 4th place. Hits that green shell.
Oh, avoids the bomb explosion, though, which is going to work out for the better. And Immortal is going to be able to show you exactly how to land on these mushrooms, but they're going to get hit by that banana. Actually, great move there. Gives them the forward momentum they need to potentially keep their spot going, as they see that red shell going right around them, which allows them to grab 2nd place.
And Immortal coming in 2nd place right there in our race number 2. 6 in our semifinals, number 2. Zavgo coming in there as well, making it look easy right now. Now, I got to ask you a question. Do you think that this semifinals is an easier race, an easier semifinals than the first one?
Yes, I talked about it in the beginning, and
Yeah.
that's just what you can say statistically. It's nothing against these racers,
Right.
but you can see statistically on their rankings where they're placed comparatively to that first semifinals, where you're seeing, hey, these players missing that mushroom gorge cut, missing shortcuts, hitting walls consistently.
Right.
This is not what you're going to see from Emery, Bobby, etc. Those top 5-tier competitors, they are not going to make those sort of mistakes that are going to slow them down. And really right now, what you're really noticing is that none of these competitors have had a half a lap lead, a 10-second lead like we saw from Bobby, Emery, Yezi, etc. from these competitors that are just on a different level, in my opinion.
And we saw Emery just turn it up earlier. I mean, there was nothing going to stop her. She had a perfect qualifier. Perfect.
Perfect
With a
qualifier.
P. Perfect practice makes perfection.
But did not have a perfect semifinals. But we
No.
are going to Mario Circuit for the next race of
Let's
this
go.
semifinals.
And let's get involved.
Let's get involved and let's get going. Toad Circuit, very popular track,
Yes.
to say the least, because we see it week after week after week. I don't think it's that entertaining, but it's good if you want to bag a little
Yeah,
bit.
you
if
can
you want to
bag
get a
here.
restart,
You can.
because there's so much off-road on that ugly lime green grass. There is so much you can do in terms of using power items on this track. So to go back, bag, grab some more powerful items to get up to 10 points, never a bad idea.
No, I mean, it ends up working out, but they have nerfed bagging here. It's not as effective as it once was in this game. However, that being said, it is still an effective use of your time if you do it on the right tracks and in the right way.
I really do appreciate that they are, wow,
Wow.
what a lucky situation to avoid all 3 of those green shells after backing up into them, basically. But like I said, I think it's really cool that Nintendo is keeping track of, was keeping track of it with the DLC tracks.
Right.
And noticing that, yeah, bagging, a lot of people relied on it, but they didn't want to get rid of it wholeheartedly. They just wanted to punish it a little bit more. So what you have to do is just not pass the item boxes. You pass the item boxes coming up or any of the others, you will get worse items if you back into them.
Right.
They want you to commit to a decision saying, hey, if you're going to bag, you're going to sit there and grab your power items. You can't just sit there and stall for the entire race. You've got to be able to either go forward from there or go back and make your decision.
Yeah, nobody puts Baby in a corner, but if Baby goes back, Baby's got back.
Oh, throws their green shell forward, and the baby does come back. The green shell, absolutely smart bouncing. Jadex grabbing first place, Poppy Gunner grabbing second. You're seeing the excitement on their face, and Ariel Postel in third place.
Getting it done. And, you know, it is the season of giving, and Ariel Postel gives each and every single time that they win here in the arena. They give to an Alzheimer's charity. So
Yes, they do.
word up to them for just going out of their way to make their way in the world today and helping others get everything that they got.
Raised over $2,000 for the Alzheimer's
Come on!
Association so far through their winnings and otherwise, and raising money. I was able to participate in their live stream. They had the longest day live stream, and that was a whole battle. He wanted, and I have to give credit where credit is due. He played Mario Kart for I think actually 22 hours
Yeah,
straight.
it was 18 before they got here. Okay?
It was.
Before they got here.
And then right after, literally the day after, he came here to compete in Saturday Night Speedway, which is crazy. Crazy commitment for his organization that means so much to himself, which we just always got to shout him out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he also always talks about how he wants to give back to the community by picking Baby Park. Who did it? Who did it? I didn't get to look. I didn't get to see.
I'm going to throw your Pidgey at them.
You should.
Okay, good.
You gotta say Pidgey use fly it first though, because then that's the whole move. And
What are you guys doing down there?
Okay,
The guys, girls, theys, and thems. Who's doing funny jokes down there in Pickin' Baby Park?
we're ready for it. Race number 4.
Oh.
We've got 7 laps of.
Why are you? Why? What are you? Okay. I guess it
I
really
like the
does-
jamming. I like
Yeah.
the jamming that he's doing.
I guess it really doesn't matter on this track, does it?
No, you can go back and back. It's not a bad.
I want to see somebody win this in reverse.
So true, actually.
Right?
What? Oh, that should be actually
Yeah,
like
can
a.
you do a kickflip?
No, I cannot actually. Unfortunately, I should. My brother was a great skateboarder, but I was always too scared. I was like, I don't want to break my leg.
I would break a hip if I started skateboarding again now. As we check in on Zul, who is just falling out of favor right now with the Mario Kart gods into 11th place.
And now going to be able to see them in that star going in the 4th lap, 5th lap, going to have another star as well. That's the bagging route here, but you've got to be able to grab these items and get your coin total up to 10. You're bagging and not getting your coin total up to 10.
There's no point.
There is no point. You're going to be significantly slower than the person who is up in 1st place with 10 coins. That's just the reality of the situation right now, but Immortals here in 1st, going to be able to have 10 coins. Last lap, takes the no-item shortcut beautifully, extends the turbo into the finish line. Great work there by Immortal.
Immortal making all the right turns work right for them and coming into 1st place. Jadex in, was that 3rd place?
That was Jadex in 2nd and Aeropostale in 3rd overall. Thank you for showing the point totals so you can keep track of how your favorite racer is doing in this semifinal so far. I did not get to see how that 6th place spot is looking because 6th, 5th, and 4th is really the things you want to watch in this, right? Because once you get past around 40 points, you're pretty much secured for grand finals. But when you see those point totals in 6th, 5th, 4th place, you always see them flying up and down, up and down. That's where you see the stragglers who are trying their hardest to get in the money.
Well, look, we are so close to the grand finals. You can taste it. The energy. Look, like me and Gene Okerlund said, you can cut it with a knife here. It is getting tense. It is in fuego. All of our competitors are feeling the heat under the lights and feeling the competition heat up as well. Not like the Wings last week. And if you haven't seen that stream where we did the XXX Hot Wing Challenge here, you need to make sure that you go onto the Allied Esports Twitch channel and check out that video.
It was tough. I'm getting PTSD right now.
Yeah, if you want to see some suffering and some great Mario Kart racing, check it out.
Twitch.tv/Allied Esports. Check the previous VOD, but right now we are going to Water Park. Kind of not seasonal for this track, I'm just saying.
I'm a little cold right now wearing shorts.
Yeah, you know, I really think that there's Mary Mountain.
Yeah.
Potentially a better track. We better be seeing Mary Mountain.
I mean, I want to go some snowboarding. Now, how do you feel about the upper track and the lower track?
You really want to go onto where you can drift, like you saw right there. You want to drift off that top part, continue the drifting to get an ultra mini turbo, and then extend yourself through the next section of the racetrack. And that's the way to do it, especially right here. You're seeing them drift, take that side route and drift their way and get that low glider going so that you get landed a little bit faster and you avoid potential catastrophe if you don't do that. But Immortal using that red shell, hitting the competition, and Jaguar's here instant. Yeah, you want to really go on that low path that you're seeing right there, extend that mini turbo out a little bit longer, and you'll be in a really good spot.
And as you were mentioning, getting that low glider effect, look, you're going slower when you're in the air. Yeah. And so you want to land as quickly as possible without going off the map, obviously. You want to land on the map and still in control of your faculties. But see, you're way up in the air up there.
And you're already seeing, like, the person who went on that right path just had that turbo that led them to have a little bit more of a lead. Right now, Knight does need a good finish. They have been struggling throughout this semifinals. They're in 1st place currently, and has a really great run out like that. I don't want to take anything away from them, but maybe a boo will.
Well, you know what? Right now, it's up to them to lose it there. It's the last lap. They are currently in 1st place. They have a red shell behind them as a defensive posture. Let's see how it works. It is down right now. I can see the finish line.
Oh, what are you doing?
What just happened in front of my eyes? I blinked, and all heck broke loose in front of me. Marzilla's even finding it funny up there.
Oh, I didn't get to see. Okay, 6 is at 36, 37 for 5th, and 31 is the person behind them. So going down to this final race, you will be seeing a battle to get in the money. But what did we just watch with a competitor waiting at the finish line and causing Knight 3 points, which can be a huge detriment to their grand finals appearance.
It could be night and day to find out if they're going to get into the Sorry, I had to. I apologize, everybody. I'm sorry. Bad caster.
So funny. So funny.
It's hard.
So funny.
Yeah,
Funny.
so
Funny.
Hey, I'm considered the funny one, okay?
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
considered the funny
Yeah, that is
looking
true.
one.
Oh. Self-deprecation always works here. As
Hey,
we go to TikTok Clock, the most popular qualifying track in the game.
It is.
And it's really used to be a popular track in Grand Finals before they introduced the DLC. Other tracks now, like I said, do this same thing a little bit better, but TikTok Clock's still a classic.
It is a classic. It's a fun track. It's a good-looking track, and it is the inner workings of a watch.
And I'm curious to see once January 20th happens, does
Yes.
this track get banned along with TikTok? But I'm just kidding. All right, TikTok.
Look at you. Look at you.
Little modern day news, you know, along with it.
John
Why
Oliver
not?
did a whole episode about how TikTok will be banned soon enough. If you haven't checked that out and you're interested in what we're talking about and you're saying, hold on a second, TikTok ban? Yeah.
Potential.
When we're done with this cast, you can go ahead and use that thing that kids call Google, and you'll be able to figure it out on your own. But if you watch John Oliver, he did a really great breakdown of what's happening with TikTok and how it could affect you as a creator or just affect you as a viewer as well.
That is true. Thank you, Logan, and allowing us to stay informed. Well, what's going on? Because it is kind of a huge news story, to say the least.
Well, it's going to make some people make their entire livings right now off of that platform. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how that affects money.
Yeah, and Mark Zuckerberg's wallet is everyone can transition over to Instagram once that happens. So.
And Instagram is going to have to go back to paying us. They stopped paying me.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, honestly, I made a few bucks off of Instagram back in the day. That was very nice. But yeah, they got a little bit greedy. But we are back on TikTok Clock right when we get off. Trying to make a clock punt. What is that? Off time? Wait, you're getting off center, but
We
that's
got
not
syncopated.
Oh, Taco Cat is gonna get spoiled running off the track.
Yeah, that's not going to work out. We got syncopated is what happened as we check it out. Jackie Juarez in second place. Looking pretty with that shirt, but about to get squidded out. That blue shell passes him by, and now we've got ink on the board. Immortal in first place. That blue shell finds them, and they are down for the count. And boom, they got passed up just like that. Jackie Juarez is in first place.
And it looks like it's Jackie Juarez's race to throw away. Throws the red shell forward, but guess who has the better lines? It's Immortal.
Immortal going with that upper line, and just Jaguar is not able to find their mark with that red shell. I felt like they might have thrown it a little bit early.
43, 39, 35.
Oh boy!
Really brutal ending for some of these competitors.
Take off the shoes. We're gonna have to use our fingers and toes to be able to count this one out.
Ooh, I'm already looking.
He's already looking, folks.
Oh, I'm already looking. I'm already observing. I'm understanding some things, not others, unfortunately. But we are going to have you those top 6 competitors from this one and the top 6 from the first semifinals to round out those 12 grand finalists who are doubling their money and getting their chance to win $200 in first place.
Yeah, like a Kardashian in a strip club, they're going to make it rain with all that money. They're going to be able to go to Hometown Buffet and order whatever they like. Oh, yeah, milkshakes, make it a double.
And bring it to the yard, because we are going to see who's going to be able to bring it all to the racetrack momentarily once we know who's all making it through 2 grand finals, because it was an absolute battle. Even though, like I said, you can tell this kind of skill difference between Semi 1 and Semis 2 and how some of the competitors were playing, especially with that finale on Water Park. Man, you would never see that happen in that first semifinals. I hate to break it to you. But it's how the Mario Kart rolls, I guess.
It's how the Mario Kart weebles, wobbles, but they don't fall down. I don't know where
Mario
I'm going.
Kart crumbles would have been a nice...
Yeah, that's where I was trying to go. That's where I was trying to go.
You were getting there, but you were skipping and hopping and jumping around.
I started to think of a lemon crumble cake, and I lost my train of thought. I could go for some lemon crumble. Right
and also, shout out Taco Cat's dad.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Eric, Taco Cat's dad, brought chocolate chip cherry cookies, and he doesn't like chocolate.
I don't.
So they actually, his wife made just cherry cookies for them.
They were phenomenal.
to
They were
die
so
for.
good.
So
I still got 2 left. I'm going to eat them after the show. You know, can't look bloated for the camera. But I am so excited to eat them. I already ate one. They're so
good.
friggin'
So
soft. I love, like the texture of a cookie is everything for me,
Oh,
right?
yeah, and they're soft.
Yeah,
delicious.
they're like hard on the outside, soft on
Soft
the inside, and that's the perfect balance that makes it so good. But gotta shout that out, man. If you're not here at the HyperX Arena, you're missing out, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
If you were here, you could have gotten a cookie too.
But you weren't,
You're not.
so you should cry.
You should cry about it. It won't change anything. You're still without a cookie. But maybe next week, okay?
Gotta shout out some new chatters in the chat. Twitch.tv/Allen Esports. I am Weird Boy. OAJ, Rocky Boy, Hero Sage, and Cozy Fog, a great competitor, great person. I always love to see them. They've come here a couple times as well. They're out in Seattle, so they are not a local, but they've been a part of the Mario Kart scene here and there, and I absolutely always adore talking to them. So shout out to you guys as well, everyone in the Twitch chat right now.
We appreciate everybody who watches each and every single week. And if you're saying to yourself, hey man, I've missed a couple weeks, all you got to do is check out the video on demand each and every single week. They're available to you on the Twitch channel, and then they become available to you on the YouTube channel. There are many different ways to get involved and to make sure that you're up to speed with Saturday Night Speedway. See what I did there? I'm a professional.
Absolute cinema, to say the least, Logan. But yeah, I mean, if you want to geek caught up, if you want to see one last week, we have all the VODs on demand. Look at them up on Twitch, and you'll be able to see what's going on, especially our Fortnite tournaments. Those are a lot of fun as well, being able to see when those are happening.
Yes.
Remember, these tournaments happen every Friday and Saturday night. So
Yo,
you got
Reload.
Reload coming up as well.
You know what I love about Reload?
Huh.
It reminds me of Warzone, but Rebirth. Because
Yeah.
as a team, as long as your teammate is alive, you can respawn.
I loved Rebirth.
Oh man, Rebirth.
Was so good.
Let's talk about Verdansk. I want to go back and get Dancy and Verdansky right now.
Harbor, 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 Harbor,
Cheer.
Harbor. That was like one of the memes we had where we were just always dropping on the same spot. Harbor, 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 Harbor. Great, great time.
There was Grandma's house, and you know what? Some of you out there are like, hey, I know Grandma's house, but I didn't know anybody else called it that. We all called it Grandma's house. It wasn't a thing in the community, but somewhere along the line, we all started calling it Grandma's house. And I bet you could get some of Eric's wife's great cookies out there as well.
And we'll see who's going to be able to take all the cookies home for themselves in this grand finals. Right after this quick commercial break, we'll be back with the grand finals of Speedway 226. Hello and welcome back to the most brutal, action-packed Mario Kart stream that you'll ever see in your life. We are currently getting ready and amped up for the grand finals for Speedway 226. We've got the racers lined up in the hype tunnel, and they are currently getting heated and trying to keep locked in for the moment they've all been waiting for to try and take that $200 first place prize. Remember, everyone else gets paid out tonight, but first place is what you're aiming for, because Logan, if you're not first,
you're last.
That's the what I like to hear, as we are currently going to be seeing these competitors in that hype tunnel and seeing what's been brewing and what's been happening momentarily. But I'm just excited to see how these competitors are going to race tonight.
All right, let's see our beautiful competitors make their way down to the arena. I want to see it with a little bit of style, a little bit of class, and a little bit of personality as they're coming down here.
As we've got them locked in right now, Yezi, Jadex, Bobby and Immortal cutting in line, throwing in the back of the pack. Emery, Ariel Postel, Ankles, Zobgo, Mega J Keezy, Jack Wars. Oh! Is that Pete or is that
Vaughn? I don't know. They're
and
twins.
Then we got Knight in the hype tunnel. We've got one unranked racer that has made their mark known tonight.
You gotta love to see it. Someone coming all the way from Long Beach, California. I mean, they're down there with Sublime and the Long Beach Dub All-Stars, but tonight they're here in the HyperX Arena and they have made it to the grand finals. So they are in the money. They're gonna get paid to play. And the question is, who will be the grand champion?
That is the question, and every single race will be a game-changing difference on how much money they're going to make or how much money they're not going to make. Because with every good race, you are skyrocketing how much money you're going home with. With every bad race, you are losing money. So you got to just think about decisions, decisions, decisions. Do I throw that green? Do I throw that red? Do I throw the blue shell? Or do I just give up and just go home with nothing? Those are the thoughts that are in these racers' head right now.
Well, you don't go home with nothing, because each and every single one of these performers will get something for being in the grand final.
Double in their money.
But $200 is better than $20. Can you do the math on that? I don't have to take off my shoes or even count on my fingers to be able to tell you 200 is more than 20. So you know what? You need to finish.
Well, 30. You get 30 for last.
Oh,
so
30. I thought it was 20. My bad.
You know.
See, I'm terrible at math.
Yeah, that's not double. But we are going to be seeing who can do it and who's bringing that $200 home. Because 30 and 200 are two different paychecks.
World of difference.
And like we saw with Bobby and how many tournaments he's won and going home with over $14,000 is insane.
Somebody's buying sodas after this, Bobby. I had no idea you were a baller shot caller, Mario Kart player like that, and I'm a little bit jealous. And you know who's jealous right now? Emery, of that. Bobby being in first place in the HyperX Arena rankings. She has been there for quite a little while now. Will she be able to take back her top spot and put that Queen's crown back on her head? Well, Immortal's going to try to take it away from her.
Yeah, and Immortal really locked in. Great racer. Really nice person as well. So being able to see them back again is going to be fun, because this is a whole lineup of such talented racers and so many different play styles all converging onto one racetrack. So whenever you're dealing with a lot of these different competitors and what they're going after and what they're trying to do, it's going to be unpredictable, to say the least.
Yeah. I mean, we're not going to be able to tell you who's going to win, who's going to lose, but I can tell you this. It's going to be a battle, a fight to the finish. This is where it all goes down. This is for the nitty-grit. You've got to show up to Showdown to prove to the rest of the competitors that you're here, and we've got an unranked player on the stage. We talk about this each and every single week. You want to come down here and show that you got what it takes? Well, guess what? There's a player coming out of Cali who just said, hold my drink. I'm going to show you what I got.
And they are going to be able to hold their drink and race at the same time because of the fact that they played so extremely well. They can do what they've come out here to do, and that is to make it into grand finals and make their name known tonight. But we are going to back to squeaky clean sprint, and I hope you have your bidets ready because it's about to get dirty.
And I do want to know what our track bands were.
That would be nice.
That, you know what, that could play into these grand finals in a big way. We already know what Bobby's favorite track is.
Yes, Bobby's favorite track, Mario Kart Stadium.
And we know what Emery's favorite track is.
Sky High Sunday. So we got 2 down, but maybe one of those got banned. So it is a potential if we are able to learn what those track bands are. But right now we do have Jaguars on the screen. Not Jaguars, Jexy on the screen. They're going to be here in first place, drifting around the corner, and going to be able to grab that first item off. Going in the second one, they're going to have some defense for their troubles for it. And this is going to be Zobgo in 10.
Yeah, Zobgo making their way all the way up to 6, got kicked right back down to 9th place, back to 8th place. It's a give and go. This is a ping pong battle to the death right now.
And they're going to be able to drift their way up. The toilet is not activated just yet. You got to get the bidet installed, and then you'll be on your way. And now Zobgo going to be able to use that mushroom up to 3rd place, bobbing and weaving, and they are going to be in a really good spot going into the second lap.
That was very Muhammad Ali of them as we check in on Aerial Club South, currently in 6th place, 5th place. Check that 6th place. Not making it easy on me. They popped one of those mushrooms in midair. Didn't seem like it did a lot of good as we check in on Bobby, who's currently holding on to that star for dear life.
Yeah, you got to hold on to it. They're planting their mark because normally at this point of this track, there is a shot that happens as Jadax almost gets back in the very same spot at the very same time as he almost did in the previous time he was here just not too long ago in qualifying.
Jadax holding on to that boomerang. Very Aussie of you. And not getting it done. Yezi right now currently in 7th place with 3 mushrooms to their name. Just narrowly missing a boomerang that I'm going to assume came from Jadax from behind.
Let's see, will those mushrooms bring him to the finish line? We've got Zahn, not Pete. Zahn was the one to make it into grand final.
Let's go, Zahn.
So we are going to now see what's going to be happening, and we're going to have those bands for you momentarily.
Yeah, we've got 1/2 of the Power Twins up there. It was we checking on Emery currently in 1st place.
Wow.
That boomerang just missed. And that's going to keep Emery in 1st place and give her the ability to be able to finish in 1st. There you go. That's what Emery needed. Fortnite Hun, a.k.a. Bobby Digital, coming in 2nd place. And Zahn, our unranked player, in 3rd. This is about to get for real. We have an unranked player finishing 3rd in the very first grand finals. Top 3, Emery, Bobby. Those are the players that we've come to know and adore. But Zahn, all the way from Long Beach, California, coming in 3rd place. You'll love to see it.
You do. And I do have the track bands. I was trying to lock in right now, trying to remember them. But it is. So we had a tie for 1st in the semifinals. So there's 3 track bands tonight. Mushroom Gorge, Harry Promenade, and Sky High Sunday.
Okay.
We are going to be seeing those 3 track bands enabled, and guess what? You're not going to be able to pick it at all.
You can't even pick it.
Emery is going to be seeing their favorite track get yeeted out of here.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you cannot pick any of those tracks. So it's time for you to find another track to call home and get involved in. Now, I am super stoked that Vaughn was able to finish in the top 3 right off the bat, because that is going to put the fire under the butts of the rest of these competitors that are here each and every single week. You're going to let them come in from California and eat in your home? Don't let them take your food. It's time for you to show up and show out as we check in on Jadax.
And we're going to Twisted Mansion. Cannot dodge TM, a meme as old as time itself. Ever since I joined this community, that was the very first meme I ever learned, because every time this track was picked, this track was put on the randomizer, it was picked. You actually cannot dodge this track.
And we see Ankles, a.k.a. Donut McPastry, bagging there for coins. Not able to get all 10 because somebody was able to come through and scoop up the last 4 that they needed. But Megan J. Kesey letting that that red fly, and they got hit by their own red. It knocks them off, and they have fallen all the way back into 8th place, 9th place. Boom, shalak, lock, boom. It is not good all night right now.
It is not good at all. And now that we're seeing it, because I'm looking at the Twitch chat right now, I do remember seeing Pete Zinn's name multiple times in the chat. So it's actually really cool to see them come from the chat and come out here and seeing their brother being able to make it in the grand finals. But right now we do have Mega JGZ in 10th place, going to have a star in hand. And they're going to be able to go around this corner, pop it into the double item box. Great roll of the dice, but will it be enough? They're waiting for a shot dodge potential, but it's looking like this back of the pack is just a little bit too close together. Jezzy going to be able to bump that wall, grab that Ultra Mini Turbo, and take their way. But they're going to go for the Green Shell Snipe momentarily. No, they actually don't. I would have needed that.
Yeah.
That would have been a great smart bounce potential.
Yeah, there was an opportunity that was afforded to them that they just didn't take, and I bet you that's going to keep them up at night. No. Something just happened.
He grabbed, he stopped for the box. And then he used the first mushroom to get himself back up to top speed, and the Boo took his triple shrooms. That is just the worst case situation that you would never want to be a part of.
You can't plan for that. That's just a game taking the wind out of your wings right there. As Emery has got the wind underneath her wings, and she is currently in first place. And that was a tight corner. She's going to be able to finish this in first place with those 10 coins, making her faster than everybody else. That is a back-to-back victory for Emery. She is taking this grand finale by storm.
Yes, she is. And we're going to be seeing 30, 21, 18, 15, 14. So it's only the second race out of 8. So there's a lot more to go. So if you're not doing too well right now, you know what? If Emery gets a perfect 8 out of 8, I would be a little bit shocked, because that's never been happened before. And what a fun fact of the day.
Fun fact.
Serving it up Gary's way. Guess what, Logan? What is the... Okay, so true or false? Out of all, Speedway 226 has every single track been won on in Saturday Night Speedway?
No.
No is the correct answer. There has only been 4 tracks that have not been won on in Speedway, and those 4 tracks are, I should have gotten this information during the break, but yeah, I got it right here. Don't worry.
He's got it. Trust me, he's got this thing called the interweb that all the kids are checking out.
The 4 tracks that Bobby's 4 tracks he hasn't won on yet. We only got Bobby's. Bangkok Rush, Riverside Park, and Vancouver Velocity, and Amsterdam Drift. Amsterdam Drift. So it's kind of crazy to think about that there has only been 4 tracks in Speedway that haven't been won on in Speedway history, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, it is. And there's 96 tracks in on this game, and I always say there's only 27 that we get to see on a regular basis. And we're currently checking in with Immortal right now with 2 shrooms left. Out of their 3 currently in 8th place, they're going to spam those shrooms and then just get rid of those green shells to pick up another 3 shrooms.
Whoa, go down the K Street. Almost gets smart bounced back by that green shell. Going to be able to pop those mushrooms and go through this right item box. Pops the star as well. Great pull, and with them having 10 points, they're going to be in a really good spot. Huge motion glider into the mushroom, into dodging fire flowers, but cannot get out of the middle of the road where the blue shell is going to make Immortal wipe out.
Yeah, 5th place. It's sitting pretty, but not so pretty. It's been a hard-fought battle thus far. Speaking of hard-fought battles, Zapko is currently in 11th place, looking for the right place to pop that bullet bill. And as I said it, they popped it, dropped it, and locked it.
In 11th place, you still got a long ways to go. And as you're seeing in first, there is a huge gap between these competitors from last to first place. Is Jesse going to go through that item box in 5th place, opting to do the mini turbo, but takes it a little bit rough. And that's not going to be great for Yezi. But still, again, the Boo has it out for him.
Yo, boo-hoo-hoo. Here's a Kleenex. Dry your tears.
Yeah, and especially after the Piranha Plant, you're going to have to boo-hoo-hoo just a little bit. J-Dex, no! What? How did we get to this moment? How did we get to the final lap and have to disconnect? What happened? They're discussing it on the stage.
Oh, well, you guys discuss it all you want. I am thoroughly unhappy right now.
We were so close to the finish.
We were literally the final turn. Jadex in the perfect spot with double reds to red out first place. But then, guess what? Calm error.
Now I know how my ex-girlfriend feels. So close to the finish line, but just not quite there. I'll sit here in silence all you want, Pidgey.
But we did have information. There was a controller issue on the stage.
No,
Remember to disconnect your controller. They made it known at the beginning of the race. They said, let's see if you figure it out. They were not able to, so there was 2 laps of not being able to figure out the controller issue, and they were trying to fix it throughout that time. Then they finally got it fixed on that final lap. So remember to disconnect your controllers. That's very important. If you don't, calm errors, and we don't want to deal with a lot of those.
Take your vitamins, study hard, and don't disconnect your controllers, please.
Do disconnect your controllers.
Oh, do disconnect your controllers?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If you went up there and competed, and you brought your own disconnect, make sure they're not connecting to their Switch, because then you're going to cause some tomfoolery, and we do not like tomfoolery. I mean, we like Jerry more, right?
Yeah, I do actually like Jerry more. He's the mouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you the right?
Just making
That's
sure.
like your time of cartoon, man. What are you talking about, right?
Tom and Jerry came out in the 1950s. Those were your parents' time. Okay? I am not. I'm old enough to be your dad.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not that old, all right?
Tom and Jerry was actually my all-time favorite cartoon, next to Ed, Edd n Eddy. But
the Three Musketeers skits that they did.
Tom and Jerry?
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, they done through. Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Really?
Yeah. When Jerry dresses up in the little Three Musketeers thing and he's got the little sword. All right, that's adorable.
If you haven't, it's crazy to think about that there's people in the audience right now
that have no idea what we're talking about.
Don't even know who Tom and Jerry is. They saw them announced for Multiverses and they're like, that's a very cute cat and mouse.
The funny part is that some people are like, you mean Tom, the guy from MySpace? And then some people are like, what reference did you just make Tom from MySpace? I don't even know what MySpace is.
I miss MySpace so much.
Of course you do.
I'm just saying, everything has gone downhill ever since MySpace gone away.
All right, well, we're back at it again. This is race number 3 of 8 in the grand finals, and we're going to pick it up, not really where we left off. We're just going to do it again. Run it back, as the kids might say.
Run it back. I actually could not say it better, as we're back onto Mario Kart Stadium. But instead of being on the last lap, we are on the first lap. We're currently seeing Jackie Wars going a little bit bagging route. But remember, when you want to bag, grab those points.
Yes.
You want to get up to 10 points. That's one of the most necessary things that you're doing while you're bagging.
If you're going backwards and you're not grabbing coins, what are you doing?
A mistake, really, because you're going to be seeing a lot of people when we get into the middle of the pack, 7th, 6th, 5th, they're not going to be at 10 points.
No.
But when you're coming from the back of the pack with 10 coins, with a star, mushroom, golden mushroom, you're going to fly past those competitors, and it's going to help you a lot. As you see Immortals using that fire flower extremely well.
Yeah, that was great. If you just take yourself at a little bit of an angle and you start to fire those off, a lot of people at home probably thought he was spamming them, but he wasn't. He was going at a little bit of an angle so he could take over the track with all those fireballs.
Exactly. Making a wall of fire,
yes.
per se, D&D reference, as we now have Ariel Bosco down now in 9th place. He's got a lot of ground to make up, as they are currently in a got those double streams, going to probably go for the shortcut they do, but Knight also goes there. You've got Emma in first place. Got the banana for defense, but you're seeing that competitor behind her has a star, so she's got to get out of the way, goes wide for the glider section. Almost
move.
gets hit by ankles, going to be able to hop their way, still grab 2nd place, and 12 points. Ankles is going to grab 15 points. Really great work by those top 2 competitors, and Knight in 3rd. We're going to be able to keep those scores up, please. No, keep the scores up. It doesn't matter anymore.
No.
Yes, but it technically does, but it doesn't. But yes, just keep those scores up, but it does, but it doesn't. We didn't, I forgot we got a comm error. But yeah, the scores now, all of these competitors on the stage don't know where they're at either. 3 races in, going into 4, these competitors are as lost as we are in terms of knowing who's winning.
I can tell you this, Emery's winning.
But Ankles just got first, so he's winning.
Oh, all right. You want to arm wrestle for it? How much do you believe in it?
Ankles is a great racer.
No, Ankles is a great racer, but I'm just saying I think Emery is winning.
Yeah, most likely they've had a couple rough races. But that second place finish will help them out a lot, especially if we can do math. 30 plus 12 equaling 42 points right now. So
okay.
It's going to be pretty good going in the 4th race.
Yeah, I mean, hey, math scholastic professor, not so much.
No, me
but
neither.
I could teach broadcasting. It would be a very fun class.
You know what? They've got broadcasting in school now.
They do, and they should have esports broadcasting in school.
They should.
They should. Just saying. Hey, UNLV.
UNLV's too busy with the new Hollywood places coming out here. So if you haven't already known that happening, look it up. Hooray!
If I see Mark Wahlberg one more time this week, I swear, Mark, you and I, we're going steady, my friend.
There you go. You know what? Make those connections as we see Emery making the connection of what did you bag on Neo Bowser City, which is not something we see often, and the only person doing it on this track right now.
And it didn't, she didn't get anything out of it. She just kind of went backwards for a hot second.
Yeah, didn't get any coins. There's no coins behind her, so she's just opting to grab some powerful items and then grabbing the coins on the way. So we'll see if it's going to work out for her, but she is known for her antics of bagging and going forward and taking over the track.
I mean, we've seen her in one view be in 8th place and then finishing in 1st a couple what seems like seconds later. So you can never count her out. She is not down and out in Beverly Hills. She is always in the forefront here in Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool to see as well because she is known to bag, being able to bring everything back, and have such a strong power item in that top 3 spot. For Blue Shell going to land, that's going to be Zon in 3rd place, throwing the red shell forward, which is going to cause a little bit of a traffic jam on this S-turn, but has the mushroom and holding on to it for the time being, potentially for that ending shortcut going into the last lap. We got Make It Easy popping that star, but holding on to the mushrooms. I don't know if it's the greatest choice, but it's not a bad choice to say the least. Gonna be able to pop 1, pop 2. Boomerang coming back into his face.
Boom goes the boomerang. And you know what? You got to be able to put your hand out and catch those bad boys. Immortal is currently in 1st place, using that banana to fend off that red shell. That is high IQ right there.
I'm telling you, you have to press left trigger to pick up items on the ground and to catch the boomerang. I think that would be some great mechanics.
Yeah, dude, Nintendo, you need to start looking at it. It says Immortal catches a red shell to the back and falls all the way into 3rd place.
Yeah, and we're going to almost sight themselves with the throw of the banana. Because they're going to stop there in 3rd place. Bobby grabbing 1st, and Emery in 2nd. I told you that they are going to be able to get a very good spot. Even though they were bagging, they went back, started in last, worked their way up to 2nd.
All right, so Emery is currently in 1st place with 24 points. With Ankles, a.k.a. Donut McPastry for tonight, is in 2nd place with 22 points. And I was not able to see where 3rd place was, but that's where we are right now.
Yeah, and then we got another raid. Insu, thank you for raiding us. Twitch.tv/Allied Esports. Welcome in. We're currently on the Speedway Grand Final. So I hope you guys do enjoy the show. We have a action-packed next 4 races to go.
Yeah, we do.
Going on to the 5th race, we've got a lot of great track picks right now. Koopa Cape, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Summit. Three times. They are trolling you, my friend.
And we are going to Donkey Kong Mountain, the better Donkey Kong, not Summit. So we'll be able to see some crazy no-item shortcuts, some really fun racing lines. And it's going to be, this one I feel like you have a pretty consistent 3rd lap where you see that front runner kind of get away from it, crawl. But there is always a chance for that to get flipped on their head and really change up those final standings.
And Ariel Postal got a little bit crazy off to the races and got caught in that pressing that button a little bit too quick, man, and it just got stomped down. They're currently in last place, but they've got a mushroom as they fly high in the sky today.
Fly high in the sky, passing back the volcano mountain. That honestly, is it really safe for these guys to be racing on that? I mean, Grumble Volcano.
As long as it's not 79 AD, we're not in Pompeii, this should work out well for everybody involved.
Where's the Pompeii tour track?
Yo, we need that. Nintendo, start paying attention to us. We are brilliant. As Zago gets hit, and he's going to be out of the running area.
Postel makes the shortcut, but everybody else follows suit, and they're currently in 6th place. Gets hit back into 7th. This is a race. Everybody is in a pack.
Immortal hop, skipping and jumping off the track and drop it down to 12th place.
Yeah, that's not going to work out as Mega J Keezy hits the Bullet Bill, and he is in full control right now of all his faculties, as Bullet Bill will do all of the work. Bullet Bill, you don't have any direction. Bullet Bill just races for you.
Yeah, Bullet Bill being a very useful item if you're stuck in the back of the pack. And little did you know is that Bullet Bills can actually be used in certain spots on these tracks to get the full length of time usage out of it. If you're able to do some research and learn when to use the Bullet Bills for certain bullet extensions on certain tracks to get the most usage out of your items. So right now, Zon on the screen going to be able to pop that star, sees the double Bullet Bills, but they're currently in 7th place. With a Bullet Bill in hand of their own. Will they be able to use it before the shock happens? I don't think so.
No.
Oh, maybe they did. Maybe that's them in the bullet, in the
right
cannon.
There?
I hope so. Maybe we'll
right
see
there?
momentarily.
It could get exciting up in her.
And that shock is really going to be a well-placed one at that, as you're already seeing that whole pack getting closer and closer together on that mini-map. As we see Yezi dropping down to 2nd place, goes right around that boulder, as now Emery is going to be in 1st. It's such a great item loadout.
Yeah.
He's going to be able to take this no item shortcut, boom, hop, and jump into a very nice potential 1st place finish. Checking that backhand, popping the air horn to avoid the green and the red shell back to defend themselves. Emery grabbing 1st, Yezi in 2nd, and Jaguars in 3rd.
Emery showing some really great defensive play right there. I mean, that could have been a very bad trip to the finish line for them.
Bobby grabbing 6th on that race, so we're currently seeing a lot of tomfoolery happen here.
Tomfoolery.
As you're going to be able to see. Remember, we did have a comm error on race number 3 there, so momentarily, remember, those are not the official standings. You got to do some addition to make sure that you know where your favorite competitor's at.
I can't do it.
It's tough.
It's way too much math for me. We're gonna have to wait for the powers that be to break out the abacus to tell us where we're at. But somebody in the back of the room, much smarter than we are, will let us all know, and we'll pass that information along to you. We are almost done with the grand finals, by the way. We are on the other side of it.
And we do have to give a shout out to every single parent, every single person who has came out to this tournament tonight. You guys are the true MVPs. Without you guys, this tournament wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no.
I mean, genuinely, the love and support that this tournament has every single week. This is what makes this happen every single week with the $700 prize pool, people traveling out, people visiting this arena. That's what makes this work, and we just have to give a huge thank you to you guys.
Yeah, Will Smith may go boom, boom, let's shake the room. Well, these competitors shake the room each and every single Saturday, and they don't even have to slap Chris Rock in the face to prove it.
They don't. And we also have to give a huge shout out to, guess what, the TOs, IT, everyone who is making this stream work. You are all so infinitely more smart than we are. We just get to yap and yap and yap, but you guys are making us look good while we do it. So we got to shout out everyone who's made this stream possible, as we do go to Piranha Playing Co.
And you know what? We just got to see some of our competitors under the sea.
Under the sea.
Getting it done. The mechanics are a little bit different under the sea, as we see Donut McPastry, a.k.a. Ankles, taking his time down there.
Oh, and Emery not going to take her time to try and not get item screen there. So she's just going to have to space herself out properly so she doesn't get trailed. And Jackie wants those boomerangs. When's the boomerang costume coming out, Logan? Because they are non-stop in this grand final.
Well, I'll tell you this. I might have to dress up as Crocodile Dundee, because I don't think the boomerang is going to show off my calves the way I would like to. Okay? As we check it on Knight, currently in 10th place. He's got 2 mushrooms to boot. Ariel Postel's got 2. Burns 1 right there. And they are in 7th place. They're going to hold on to that last one.
Gotta have a mushroom in hand, go through the item box, holding on to that mushroom, waiting for their time to use it. Because you don't want to just use it whenever you can,
No.
right? Especially when you know you're probably going to get a defensive item in that second slot. Being able to hold on to that mushroom and go around these corners a little bit faster is the way to do it as we go back onto aerial postal. And there's just triple mushroom, triple mushroom, triple mushroom, triple mushroom. Everywhere you look, everyone's got mushrooms. What is this, the Oprah Winfrey show? As we currently see the
It
blue
might be a
shell
Fish
on the way.
concert at this point.
You're not even wrong.
Immortal in first place, holding on to that. This is not going to work out well for you. That blue shell does its damage, but they're still currently in first. They've got that green shell. Put it behind you. Use it.
No, they are not going to hold on to it or use it for the time being because I guess they're just feeling confident enough that they don't have to do anything. They saw that red shell hit Emery, so they're feeling really confident, especially with the lead that they have currently on Bobby, who's in second place. They have a pretty substantial lead, and it looks like Bobby's not going to be able to grab a double red to get Immortal, so he's going to be in a really good spot.
Yeah, Immortal's sitting.
Oh, and he stacks Jadex from a half a mile away. What a move!
From downtown, Tom Brady finds Gronkowski for the touchdown.
Wow. That was crazy, but Emery brings it all back in second, Bobby in third. A changeup, to say the least, and Emery still leading the pack.
Wow.
How did she come back? She got redded, was able to grab, I guess, some items and just outline the rest of the competition. Wow.
I mean, how many times can I say it? Never count Emery out. If you do, you're doing yourself dirty because she is in control on some ways that we will never be able to understand. She might be
I have no clue.
a Jedi here at Mario Kart because she's back in the back. No, she's in first or second place.
Let me into the podium, as she would once do. Let me into the podium, and she would get up there. I don't know how she does it.
These are not the items you're looking for.
Yes, yes. That was a good one. That was a good one. That was nice. That was nice. But we are currently getting into the next race. Emery leading the pack right now, being able to just salvage and scrape by.
Yeah.
Just until the very end. But we are going to see We Rainbow Road.
Let's go.
Again.
Let's go.
This is really with grand finals. I always talk about it. This is not the track you want to race on for grand finals.
Not at all.
There is not any shortcuts to really catch back up in the race.
Except for that one leap of faith.
That's really
pretty much it.
That's really it. It's a front runner heavy track. You're not going to beat a lot of these top tier front runners on this track. And that's just the reality of the situation. They're going to have better lines. They're going to know those shortcuts better, and they're going to race better. And at the end of the day, you want to pick tracks in grand finals, but it's going to help you catch back up easier. Not that you have to beat these strong front runners.
Yeah, everybody who's bagging right now, I don't agree with bagging on this track at all. This is a front runner track. You need to stay up and in control of the pack because you do not want to find yourself behind. There is Knight taking the one and only shortcut that we talked about. It is what we call a leap of faith shortcut here. Why? Well, because if you don't have faith, you're not going to make that leap.
You are not going to make that leap indeed, as we currently see Jadex on the screen in fourth place. Going to be able to have that boomerang in hand. You're currently going to be seeing, guess what, Immortal in their targets, and is going to land on the curve. What is that curveball throw? I couldn't even believe my eyes on that one. Mega Dicky is getting hit by that boomerang as well. Spams out the fire flower, checks the back camera, avoids the green shell, again throw forward, but Knight right in front of him, got those double bananas. We're gonna get hit off the boost panel, and they're gonna have to have Lakitu save them as Mega Dicky working their way up and avoiding every single disaster that's getting thrown at him.
Yeah, we check it on Yezi right now, holding on to that banana, taking the leap of faith. They are in first place. They're about to get inked out, though. Yeah, use that ink to write your family their Christmas cards. They're still currently in first place. You know what? You need to make those lines a little bit cleaner.
Oh, yeah, you really do. If you hit those walls, you're going to slow down a ton. And you really don't want that to happen, especially on a track like this where you want to have as big of a lead as you can get. As they currently see Blue Shell on the way, but they have such a large lead that's got to be around a 5 to 6 second lead if they're going to get hit by this Blue Shell. Should have waited, but the shock is going to save them by the bell as Aeropop is going to be here on the street in 10th place. Because that shock happened, they are going to be a little bit safe throughout this next section of the track.
Yeah, Mr. Belden couldn't have played it any better themselves. Eric Hostel in 10th place. We checking him Zongo with that boomerang. He backs the boomerang in second place. That red shell is on him. Oh, he's going to be able to avoid it. But they're still in second place right now.
Yeah, I mean, Yezi just having a huge run in this track right now, and I said it when we first started, this is a track where you're going to see that first place competitor front run non-stop, and he's going to be able to back the bomb onto Zovgo, which is the last thing you want to see happen to you on Mario Kart. He's going to be able to take these boost panels to the finish line and really not have to worry about a single thing other than the shock, but that's not going to change anything about the outcome of this race, as they are going to be able to pass that finish line, grab 15 points, and go into this final race in a really good spot. Aerial Postal grabbing second, 12 points in their pocket. Emery in third. And do you want an announcement, or do you want to keep it secret, guys? That's what I want to know.
I want the announcement. Don't keep it secret.
Okay.
Why are you hiding stuff from us, bro?
So, right now, Emery has 91 points. And guess who's right behind her right now? Just guess a point total that's near her right now.
I mean, I don't know. It's not ankles anymore, is it?
No. Guess who's right behind her? Guess the closest number to where she's at right now.
Oh, the closest number?
Yes.
89.
No.
70.
Lower. You're getting there.
60.
60. Bobby is in second with 60 points. If I'm reading this right.
Is this over? Can we just walk away?
This is over.
Oh, we can just walk away.
Emery has won this tournament.
Emery has won the tournament.
31 points. Going into the final race, an absolute dominating performance, to say the least.
Wow, maybe we should have kept it quiet. My bad.
I
didn't realize.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I was like, do you want to know?
Well,
because
did.
This is slaughter, man. This is a Mario Karted slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's on the naughty list, and it's not Emery this year.
No, it is not. She's going to be going home with that holiday money, to say the least. 91 to 60. Bobby's 60 points is going to be there. We got Yezi with that 56, Immortal with 52, and Donut McPastry with 52 as well.
AKA Ankles. If you're one of our good friends that watches each and every single week, you'll know Donut McPastry as Ankles. Bobby and Ankles have decided to change their name today because they just don't want us to rest on our laurels. They want to keep us on our tippy toes.
You know what? Being on your tippy toes sometimes is not a bad thing. You know,
Okay
it's good for running and it makes you faster. But for the most part, yeah, we got Cozy Fox saying, I read the score wrong. This is not the right score because we had the comm error. So whatever you see at the end here is not the right scores. But I still wanted it up on the screen for us so we know where everyone's placing. But yeah, 91 to 60 going into this final race. We got Yezi on the screen, got the mushroom, and got the blue shell dodge with the mushroom.
You gotta love the blue shell dodge with the mushroom. That's one of the other ways that you can actually dodge a blue shell. We talked about it earlier. If you don't have the air horn, it takes a lot better timing to be able to pull off some of these other ones. The air horn's a little bit easier to pull off.
Oh, absolutely.
But you just saw it done in perfect perfection.
Yeah, and then we're going to be seeing Zovgo throwing their double greens forward, trying to just get rid of them before the item box. And if you didn't know, getting hit by an item is better than getting hit by a blue shell.
Yes.
So if you have a banana in front of you, red shell, or otherwise, you can run into that, and that gives you forward momentum. When you get hit by a blue, it stops you in your tracks. And Jadex just getting hit after one, after another, after another, after another. I don't even blame him for putting down the controller and saying, what more can I do when I've got a mushroom and a blue shell and a dream?
Yeah, at some point it starts to get frustrating, and I can totally understand it. Video games go hand in hand with frustration. It's just part of the deal. As we check out Yezi currently in first place, but like we mentioned earlier, as they get shot and squidded out,
they might lose it as a red shell on the way, so they are most definitely going to lose it to Immortal. Ariel grabbing that first place finish on the final race of this grand finals, and Emery grabbing second. Might as well just hand her the check right now, man.
Just hand her the check.
As Bobby going to end that race in third place as well. But we're going to get those points calculated and tallied momentarily, but we can only guess that.
We don't need the points. We don't need your stinking points. We know who won.
Yeah, Knight definitely won that one. Yeah, no, an absolute Mario Kart slaughter at the end of the day. Emery just putting their skills on showcase, bagging on Neo Bowser City, being able to get hit on Piranha Plant Cove and being able to bring it back at the very end of the race with at least 10 seconds left, and being able to understand and utilize the items to the best of their ability. An absolute showcase of talent, genuine. I mean, when you have a slaughter like this,
right,
you gotta glaze when you gotta glaze.
I mean, it just is what it is sometimes. And here's the other side of that equation. Let's flip
Final number for Emery, what is it? Equations.
99.
I'll give you one
102.
more. You were so close. 103 will be Emery's final score. You were right there. Yeah, I knew what you were. I saw you wanted to say 3.
I did. I actually did. No, the first number I wanted to throw on was 103, but I thought it was a little too high.
It was not high enough for this whole grand final.
That's usually not the case with me.
Oh.
I usually get it the first time out.
Yeah, you know what? Glading sections, they really do that when you play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
They do.
You know, they really bring you high in the sky.
All right, so hold on a second. Emery is now first place tonight,
yes,
taking home the Queen crown. But that also puts the big Queen crown back on her head. She takes it away from the King's crown from Bobby. And she is now in first place overall here at the HyperX Arena. Again, we flip-flop the 1 and 2s just like we did last week. Hey, who's on the wheels of steel? Who's kicking it on the 1s and 2s? Well, this week it's Emery. Last week it was Bobby. They flip-flopping, and we can only see what's going to happen next week right here at Saturday Night Speedway. Will we have another battle for the finish as we get into the holiday season? Well, as we like to say, only time will tell.
That is so true, and it's really, it's a testament, right? Because I talked about it at the beginning of the show. Did Emery really lose her crown? No.
Really? No.
No. You really had
she just
Bobby.
handed it first.
Yeah.
So
you had Bobby.
Hold my crown. I'll be back.
Bobby was literally like, oh, did she leave to get groceries? I'm just going to reside in the whole castle, walk over here, take a seat, and then Emery shows up saying, what are you doing? Absolutely takes the crown back and dominates for this week. And it's mind-blowing. Guess what Bobby's score was? He is second place. Guess what his score was? Hopefully we'll get the grand final standings total. But guess what Bobby's score was? Oh, we do!
I would have said 69, but it's actually 70.
You're so close on those.
I was really
You're doing
close.
good. You're doing
I am
good.
doing good.
But Emery ends it up 103 points to Bobby's 70. Yezi in third with 64. Immortal in fourth with 59. Donut McPastry tying with Knight with fifth place with 54 points. Aeropostale working their way up. That first place finish really skyrocketed them up into 7th place.
Zahn, our only unranked player, coming in 8th place at 46. Round of applause for Zahn.
Let's
coming
go.
out. Let's go, California.
Beating Zavgo, Jada, Jack Uwers, and Mega J Keezy, a top 15 showcase of competitors. 42, 40, and 33 points respectfully. They're all going home with some sort of cash money, so you got to give yourself a pat on the back, especially if you're Zahn going against the best of the best, watching them online, coming down here, and really making their name known and competing extremely well.
What I've been told is they watch each and every single week here online on the Allied Esports Twitch channel, and if you don't catch us live, you can catch us video on demand, or you know what? Go on our YouTube during the week. They upload the entire races onto the YouTube as well. So there's many different places for you to be able to watch it. But the best place to watch this action is to come down here in person to the HyperX Arena inside of the Luxor Hotel and Casino and be a part of the action. We've got great food, great drinks, great personalities, and it's always a great time.
It really is. And got to shout out Zol just got home, actually, and they were saying the wings were weak sauce. So if you don't know what we're talking about, watch the previous VODs as well. See what these competitors are doing, take some notes, and really analyze the competition, because when you come out here, you'll know what to expect as well. So honestly, it's been a wonderful, fantastic event. And Logan, always an amazing time commentating with you.
Always my pleasure, bro.
It is a wonderful event, and it's been super exciting, and I hope everyone back home also had a wonderful time watching. Hope to see you next week.